was so close in that one. I almost made the match. So hello from Hobby Corner, speaking from a new laptop and on a new StreamYard. It's all exciting today.
Excellent.
Would you like to introduce yourself, Rob? Not that you're not known here. Everybody knows you now.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I'm the Rob, he, him. And yeah, I'm really excited to be here. And I'm going to basically blather on about essentially a lifelong hobby of mine.
Woohoo! I'm actually really, really excited about today. As we were sort of discussing off the stream, I've always wanted to play D&D. I like the idea of going into a world and wholeheartedly believing what's going on and like totally submerge myself, creating characters, creating storylines or whatever. Like that idea brings me so much joy. But I've just not been able to yet, so I'm very excited.
Okay.
Because to at least learn, and maybe find a way of getting into it myself.
Sure. Yeah, I can definitely point out resources, and maybe we can even get a party together on Discord or what have you. If we can find a time and day that works for everyone, I'd be happy to run something.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So, shall we say a quick hello to the side chat, and then we'll get in it.
Okay.
Okay, right.
Did Dora leave?
Somebody shout at me. I remember previously there was Critical Cripples, so hello if you're still there. Save Illegal, hello. Rob Slide, hello. Was sifting through the comments. 1 second. Hello Tina and hello Dora. Where are we? Hello Little Wolf. Hello Nimrod. Hello Mr. Wonderful. Is there anybody else lurking about that I've not said hello to?
I don't think so. Not that I can see.
Yeah, I think I said hello to everybody that I can right now. So, first question of the day. Oh, I have an echo. Am I echoing?
You sound, I wouldn't call it an echo. It sounds kind of like you're in a tunnel, but not too bad.
Oh.
Like, it was weird because I noticed when we were backstage, when I first came on, I didn't notice it. And then you left to do something. And when you came back, that's when I noticed it. So I don't know if you switched mics or...
No, I did not. Hold on. Let me just see. I shall see if I've got the right mic connected. Hello?
Hello?
Better now?
You're quieter now.
Oh no!
I can hear you. I can also hear myself in that one.
Oh gosh. Right. Technical difficulties.
I'm with Mark. I think you sounded ethereal in the with the previous, so I didn't mind at all.
Well, how about I go over to my bag and rustle off a earbud or two, yeah? I've just realized that's the one thing I'm missing. Deeply apologize. But I'll literally just be across the room, so I'll still be able to hear you.
Okay.
And how about you tell me about what drawn you to D&D originally?
Excellent. So I should be drinking Mountain Dew, but I'm drinking Mellow Yellow. It's close enough. The hardcore gamers know that you only drink Mountain Dew when you're gaming. But to answer your question, I've been into tabletop role-playing games since I was 7. my father came home one day and he brought home dice that looked like. Nope, not that one. Looked like this. And you could probably can't see it very well, but this is a 6-sided dice, a normal die. But instead of pips, it has numbers. And the original dice, or at least the first dice that I ever came across, they're all clear. And so I literally had to use a crayon to color in the numbers so that I could see them. I believe this is mine. I have a D8. Well, let me backtrack on that. So my father got me into it, and I have been playing, like I said, off and on since I was 7. I loved it. It was my father and I really never bonded on much, but that I've really it's special to me. That's one of the reasons I think I've held on to gaming for so long, is because it reminds me. It's one of the few positive memories I have of my dad. But and since then I branched off and played numerous systems, from D&D to Shadowrun to Pathfinder to Traveler Rifts. Pretty much if you can name it, I've probably played it. I think the only person I've met who has played more systems than I have is PhD Tony.
Oh.
So, but yeah. So let me start off with. Let's make sure I don't bang my keyboard.
Yeah, please don't do that.
So I have my dice in a box. Now, typically, people have dice bags, but
I've seen them.
When I was in college, I would smoke really cheap cigars. And so one day I got through a box of them, and I said, you know what? I want to be a little different. I'm going to put my dice in a box. And I had this nice little cigar box, and I had enough dice in it that it kind of looked like a treasure box. As you can see. There's some minis and stuff in there, but basically, you have all kinds of dice that are all kinds of different colors.
I can make you bigger. So
kind of hard to see them all. Whoop,
hold on, wait a minute. There we go.
Like that. So yeah, it was pretty, but unfortunately, after about 20 years or so, that box died, and so I got this thing at, unfortunately, at what's it called? It's not Michael's. It's the Uber Christian store. And for some reason, it's not coming to my mind. But unfortunately, I gave them money. I think their name is Hobby something. Anyway,
Hobby Lounge.
Hobby Lobby. No, is it Hobby Lobby?
I don't know. I'm just throwing out stuff.
There is a Hobby Lobby, but I don't. That might be it. But anyway, so one of the things that you play with, the two things that you start off with, or at least I started off with, is essentially a piece of paper that is your character and dice. And so you have a number of them, different types. Let's see here. And the last one. So D is just shorthand for dice. So when I say this is a D4, that means it's basically 4-sided, and it goes from
it goes from your hand to over there.
It goes from basically 1 to 4, and you would read it by the top number. So if I rolled this on the table and it turned up like this, then the number would be 3. So you see 3 is on the top on all sides.
Yeah.
So this is a D4. And if you ever lose a D4, if it ever goes off the table, you need to find it, because stepping on this is memorable.
Worse than Lego, huh?
Yes, definitely worse than Lego. Oh, and I do apologize. My hands are dirty because I was fixing a telescope today, and Yeah, the soap here sucks. So that's a
That's
D4.
okay.
This is a D6. I think most people are familiar with a D6.
Ah, yeah. I know that one.
This is a D8.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. D10, 10-sided. 12-sided.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, that's kind of a prettier one. And the 20-sided dice.
Oh, it's a big
Yeah.
one.
That is, my camera's really out of focus now. That is basically the keystone die. That is the one you're going to roll most often.
Mm-hmm.
All of your different checks to see if you hit something, if you succeed in climbing a rope, swimming, all of that is pretty much decided using a 20-sided dice.
And there is a question here for you.
Sure.
One sec.
I see the one from Sable Evil.
I'm working down chronologically just for my brain, or I'll forget. Tatty's asking, did Rob have any issues with him playing D&D or other board games during this satanic panic in the US?
Not really. So that pretty much hit in the 80s, and I was still fairly young at that point. And so I didn't. So my gaming group was just kids on the base for the most part. So I didn't really have a lot of exposure, or I didn't really expose myself, my gaming habits, to pretty much normal people or people who would be prone to satanic panic. So I didn't really get very much of that. It was only until I got into high school and college that I looked back on it and was like, thank God I didn't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I didn't have to. Thankfully, I didn't have to worry about that really at all. Should have. Now that I think about it, actually, I was featured in my sophomore yearbook with D&D. So yeah, that's. I don't know if that's something to brag about or not, but
it can be.
Yeah.
It's a hobby you've had for so long. That's something to brag about, and it does seem like a pretty fun hobby. And hello to Dora, Doctor, and Mark. If I miss anybody, I do apologize, and give me a shout. I'm just scrolling back up to the other comments so I don't. Dora's asking about the telescope, but we're not talking about that today. You can ask Rob when it's not talking about D&D, okay? Like, you cheeky. But I mean, you're welcome to talk about the telescope, but this is totally sidetracking everything.
Dora can get on Discord and DM me or just talk on whoever's Discord, and I'd be happy to go off and length.
There you go. And Tina's already put my Discord link.
Yeah.
So you can definitely do that. There you go, Dora. Sorted. Rob's slide is saying, D4 were included to defend us role players against the
religious numbers nutters.
Which I've just now read that, and this is awkward.
If it's concerning me, don't be awkward. It's not awkward at all.
Okay.
I don't know what the reference is to for, like the D4, but yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
Oops, awkward. And Save Illegal is asking what? No
D30? No, I have never had a D30 because I've never found the need to use one. Although I will admit that some of the tables in some of the earlier editions did have weird. I think there were some where a D30 was warranted. because there was also like a D, or the one I really remember is the 24 slots, and we don't have a D24, so it's really hard to randomly pick anything off that table unless you want to leave off the top of the chart or the bottom of the chart. The die that I gave thought to getting was a D100. Because one of the things that you deal with is percentile dice. So essentially, you have it's using the D10s. Let's see if I can find them. So they don't match, but so you have one D10 that is tens, and then another D10 that's singles. And so you roll them, and I just rolled a 58. But eventually, someone made a D100, which essentially is a sphere. The reason why I didn't get one is because I have really never been seen anyone manage to roll a D100 and keep it on the table. It just keeps rolling.
Oh dear.
So yes. So yeah. No, the D20 is as high up as I have gone in my dice collection.
Okay. Here's a totally fun question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Me, my situation, never played D&D. Very confused about it. Want to give it a go. What do I need to start? Do I need anything else other than the dice and the character sheet paper?
Okay. So, that's a good question. Well, let me do this. So, I brought props. This is a bag that I got off of Think Geek. This is a little D20, but because I am a geek, it is my bag of holding, which is an iconic magical item in D&D. So, traditionally, one of the things that you want to get is a player's handbook.
Ooh,
and this is my father's player's handbook. This is basically its first edition. So this book is about as old as I am.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, the D&D has evolved. This is my second edition. This is 3.5, but we don't really need to get into why it's 3.5. And this is the latest edition, 5. I have played D&D 4, but I hated that system, so I never bought any of the books. But in this day and age, in the digital day and age, you can find what are known as SRDs, which essentially are stripped down versions of the instructions, essentially. Because the way that it works, and I don't really know when it happened, but these are known as a D20 system because of the die. The core mechanics of D20 is open source. So the only proprietary information in this book is all of the filler texts like description of cities, gods, things of that nature. But the mechanics itself are open source. So there are websites that are called SRDs where you can just go on the website and basically look up how to create or all the mechanics for creating a character. It's a little... You probably, if you're a first timer, you probably need someone to help walk you through it because it is so stripped down. Essentially the instructions are not overly robust.
I'll just be like, please help.
And yeah, and the thing is, even with experienced players, the first session of a D&D game is typically character building. Is you sit around and you just build your own character, and that's typically to bounce ideas off the dungeon master, the one who runs the game, see whether or not the dungeon master will allow certain rules or has some house rules that they use.
Mm-hmm.
So there are questions in that regard. And um, if the party wants to avoid inter-party conflict, then it's good to have the players talk to each other and have all of your bases covered. Um, Typically, what you want to have in a party size is, so you have the DM, the person who runs it, and then you have players,
Mm-hmm.
and the players make up a party. Now, when I was younger, I would frequently play in parties of 6 to 8 people, and we would game for 12 hours at a time.
Hoo, 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 hoo.
Um, I um, I don't do that anymore. I don't do either of those two anymore because I don't I don't know. I'm curious to see whether or not I have a stamina for a 12-hour game. I think I still do, but when your party gets to like 6 or definitely 8 people, it's so time consuming, particularly combat, because it's turn based. I go do my thing, then the next person goes, does their thing. And with 8 people plus monsters, it could be an hour just to have everyone go once. So it's just, so yeah, you want to trim down that party. So the party is typically now with that I run is around 4 to 5 people, and you want to have all of your bases covered. And traditionally, what that means is you need to have a melee fighter, someone who's good with sword and shield. You need to have an arcane spellcaster of some sort, a wizard. You need to have a divine spellcaster, typically a healer, like a priest or a cleric or what have you. And then a thief. You need someone to pick locks because doors are more of a pain in the butt than you would expect in any kind of game. Doors are kind of evil in D&D, so you definitely need someone to be able to pick locks. Oh, I see Dora's question. I'll answer that in a moment.
I'll
Oh,
just leave it up for you. I'll just leave it up.
um, so so yeah, so you want to have those bases covered. So it's good to have party when your first session. You sit down with the other players and you decide, okay, who's going to be the meat shield, who's going to be doing the melee damage, who's going to be the wizard, who's going to be the healer, who's going to be the thief, and so forth. And then if you have 5, maybe 6, then you can have some wild cards thrown in there, because now, in the first edition, you only had a handful, maybe a dozen character classes to choose from, occupations, as it were. Now you have 20, 30 different character types that you can possibly, or potentially have or want. So
I want to be the thief. I think the reason why is because I have such a guilty face. I've never been able to, not that I would want to, but I've never been able to steal anything because I just have such a terrible poker face when it comes to these things. So I want to be someone in the imaginary world, not reality, that can do something like that because it's something I can definitely not do in real life.
yeah, we can make that work. I think we can definitely make that work. With Dora's question, so the lore and the mechanics are separated. Yes, actually, and so one of the things about D&D is, so when D, so let's take where did it go? First edition, for example. And this is advanced D&D. It's actually not the first iteration of D&D, but we can go that I can digress into that more. But more to the point, this is simply mechanics. There is really no there's really no setting for first edition D&D at all, and that was because Gary Gygax, the person who essentially wrote all of the first books, um, had the idea that you can put in whatever world you want. He created a world known as Greyhawk. He created all the deities, he created the cities, the wizards, and all that sort of stuff. And you could use his setting if you wanted to, but you were encouraged to make up your own if
Oh.
you want. Now, over time, there over time, eventually, Greyhawk became the canonical setting for D&D. So pretty much all the flavor text in this book refers to Greyhawk, which is copyrighted. So you can't use or you can't reproduce that, for example. So that's not going to be in the SRD, for example. But there's also another competing setting called Forgotten Realms, which came out around second edition, and um, that one, from my understanding, is far more popular. I know it was more popular for me than Greyhawk. But yeah, you can you can create your own worlds. I've attempted to create my own a world, as it were, but that
Mm-hmm.
is incredibly time consuming, and do not have the time to devote to creating a world. But that's one of the things that attracts me, that keeps me playing D&D, is the creativity to it.
Yeah.
Because so along those same lines, you have adventures. So you have D&D, you have a dungeon master who oversees basically runs or moderates the adventure, tells the adventure, as it were, and then you have players who obviously play it. Well, you can do it two ways. First way is what we call modules. These are created or published adventures that the DM essentially just reads out, or has the players walk through.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have what are called homebrews, where the DM will create the module or create the adventure themselves. I am more of a homebrew kind of guy. Most all of the adventures I've ever run came from my head, but
Ooh.
that is also really, really time consuming. And so I actually had to. I'm in two games at the moment, and one I'm a player, and the other I'm a dungeon master. And with the dungeon master one, it was set in my own world. I was creating the adventures, and there was just no time for me to do it justice. So I was like, you know what? Let's just take a break from that, and I'll just run a module for you guys. And so that's what I'm
I
doing now.
I love the idea of that. Could you in theory then use any world? Like could you use another world? Like you could be like, oh, we're just gonna use the world of Sin City. That's where it's based. And then
Yeah,
describe the whole city and and fill in the blanks. It was only because me, Tina, and Ark watched that last night. That was the first thing that came into my head.
I saw that on your Discord. Yeah.
Well, you're welcome to join. Everybody's welcome to join the movies if they're up for it.
It's just my routine hasn't been a routine. I've just been kind of all over
Ah,
the
yeah.
place in terms of that. But yeah, one of the nice things when D20 became open source, one of the first things that got published was D20 Modern, which basically takes the same core mechanics and applies them to guns, to cars, to modern things. And so you can, um, hey, Geo Sam, yeah, same here. Um, so yeah, you can apply it to any world that you want, really. And I wouldn't be
Hmm.
surprised that if you went looking, someone hasn't already done that. Now, I don't know
Ooh.
if someone has done a Sin City world or a Sin City type of thing, but uh, yeah, it's there are a lot of like, for instance, I think Buffy the Vampire Slayer has their own
Oh,
system.
that for sure would, right? That's
Yeah,
really popular.
yeah. like cult TV shows, sci-fi fantasy TV shows typically have them. Firefly has its own system. Farscape,
You
which is a
know,
sci-fi show that I love, has its own
funny
system. Uh,
funny you say Firefly. I bought my first sort of starter pack for playing X-Wing.
oh,
I don't do you know X-Wing?
talking about the computer game?
No, I'm talking about the sort of tabletop miniature model game
Oh yeah,
X-Wing.
yeah.
Yeah, so I bought that and it came in a Firefly set, like in a Firefly box.
Nice, very nice.
So I kind of understand like the hit crit sort of thing. You know, I kind of get it a little bit. But I did get incredibly frustrated with X-Wing. I loved it, but I got incredibly frustrated with it. Did I just out myself again? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. um, and hello, Chris. That is, it is.
Hi, Chris Durham.
Also, I would like to say as well, since there's a little break, just a little mini break, can everybody who's not wish Rob Slide a happy birthday? Because happy birthday to you. He's become pretty new regular to the channel so far, and it's been great. But I also want to attempt to butcher the Polish language. Well, not attempt to butcher it, attempt to do it. But I'm going to show my stepmom after this, and she's going to be like, "Oh no, what have you done?" But I shall do a happy birthday in Polish for you. So, and then I'll translate it roughly so you kind of get what I'm on about. And anybody who does actually speak Polish out there, please close your ears. So, okay, here we go. 100 lat, nie żyje, żyje nam. 100 lat, nie żyje, żyje nam. Jeszcze raz, nie żyje, żyje nam. Nie żyje nam. So rope slide, yay! So it kind of means 100 years. 100 years. I hope you live 100 years of sort of health and happiness and joy. Basically, it's like I wish you, all the best for as long as possible. So yeah, it's a really sweet song. We also sing it quite regularly to random things as well. I don't know why. It's probably to keep it in my brain. Or maybe it's just something else. Who knows? But yeah, it doesn't sound like it's my granny, my babcia. She would always say that she thought I was talking a different language other than Polish because of my voice. But I'm trying, okay? I tried. There you go.
Was your grandmother Polish?
Pardon?
Was your grandmother Polish?
Yeah, she is.
Oh, it is. Okay.
So my stepmom's Polish.
Oh, all right.
And so married into the Polish side of the family. But yeah, it's great.
Nice. I did not know that.
Yeah. So we're hoping I think it's next year, to maybe go visit everybody. Because I've met some of the Polish side of the family, but not all of them yet. Because everything's just been chaos. But enough about me and more about D&D.
Sure.
So
I was just thinking, you probably should go to Poland sooner rather than later because of all the nonsense that's happening on that server.
Yeah, for sure. Especially because there's a little Baba out there for me to see.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
While she still can't talk. So like, like a cute little tiny Baba. Oh, she's so cute. I love her so much. I just want to pinch her cheeks. But anyway, we'll not get distracted by cuteness right now.
All right. Okay.
But so does that mean we can maybe do a D&D on my Discord?
We could. I use. Let's see. Actually, yeah, with both games that I'm in, the one I run and the one I play in, we use Discord.
Ooh.
We use my Discord actually. I think no.
Oh,
Do we use my Discord? I can't remember. We For the game that I run, I definitely use my Discord. My Discord used to be, I think it's now just Rob World, but it used to be Rob's art role playing world. But then I opened it up to more people. Uh, so yeah, I've Discord is it's very serviceable when it comes to role playing.
so
I think no, I remember we play on my buddy Vic's Discord for his game because he's the one who runs it.
because I'm sure like you can cap it to who's in the game. I'm sure you can do that, like make it a private channel.
Yeah, you can.
Also, Geo Sam's asking if you have any figures, and we did see a sneak peek of some of them before Geo came in, but he's here now.
Well, so I will preface this by saying I am not crafty. So in the sense that I do not do crafts, not Craftychenko. So
sure.
basically they are called miniatures, and I do have some. However, when miniatures first came out, I believe they were made out of pewter, and they were meant to be painted and decorated, and just people would go all out. And it was a kind of its own subculture within D&D was to paint these miniatures and collect them and what have you. I didn't get into miniatures until later when the game became more tactical and miniatures became kind of necessary for gameplay. But so some of the older ones I have are like this guy, little orc Bowman.
Very cute in a creepy kind of way.
Well, then I've got ye old zombie.
Ooh.
Do I have? Where is it? It's probably in here somewhere. I can't find it. I have a wolf in here somewhere.
A wolf.
I think.
Oh, if you find that, you'll have to show it for Lil Wolf.
Well, okay, sorry, it's a hellhound, but
it's a fur baby.
Yeah. No, Teddy, I am certainly not Craftychenko. I know it's we sound so similar. It's amazing. I also have. So this is round third edition. 3.5 is when Wizards of the Coast, who owns D&D, started putting these out for sale. And then when fifth edition came around, they went back to the idea of painting them again. And so they aren't pewter. This is some kind of resin, but can't see because my camera is really blurry. But this is an angel wielding a sword, and it's meant to be painted or not, depending on your taste. So I have quite a few of these. There's an angel. There is a wizard, lady wizard casting a shield spell. We have another lady wizard casting lightning bolts out of her hands. So yeah, I have a few minis, but I never really got into that. My buddy Trey, he spent, oh good lord, hundreds and hundreds of dollars on miniatures, and so I pretty much just use his. He's got scores of them, like probably close to 100 minis of all different types of monsters. I know he has pretty much every type of dragon at every age category of dragon, and those are fantastic. Like the old dragon, like the elder dragons, the great worms. Those minis are literally so. This is let's get that one. So this is what we refer to as a medium-sized creature. It's basically you or I. It's 5 foot, 6 foot kind of thing. And then you have colossal. You can go all the way up to colossal size, and it's literally this big. And you just chunk that down on the table and have your party members go, "Ah, we're so dead." Um, but but yeah. So yeah, I do have, obviously I have some minis, but like I said, I didn't get into collecting them or certainly not painting them in any way.
I I know this sounds so weird, but one of the ways I started getting interested again in D&D, because I tried to ages ago, like when I was really young, and I've tried again, but none of my like real life friends are that interested, and all this kind of stuff. But on TikTok, I follow this person who does dice, and I've been following her along on her journey of doing lots of different dice. But one of the dice she has is different cheeses. Each one
Okay.
of the dice is with a different type of cheese. She's got the brie and all of the different types. But she also has done snake skin in resin, like from a snake that had shed skin.
Okay.
So it's not like, but I thought that was really cool. And I was looking at my lizard, hoping that she sheds soon, so that I can put some of her into some resin. And I was like, maybe if I can make my own dice, and then that's how I can, segue into the D&D by making my own dice.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously I could send some out to some friends. I wonder who.
I don't know. I think Sable Eagle might have some interest in role playing.
That's what I was saying. I wonder who. There's quite a
I
few
don't
people here
know.
that would maybe like that, huh? Their own little custom die.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun.
Well, sorry, I just got Sable Eagle's now starting to talk my language in terms of D&D, so I'm like,
okay.
all right, I'm getting distracted with that. But
No, that's okay. You can go ahead.
no, I just is there a link for Discord, Rob? Yes. Octa, are you on, or Docta? Are you on Eddie's? Eddie, is he on? He, she, them? Are they on your Discord?
I think they should be. Yeah.
All right, I can post later. I can post a link to my Discord on yours if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. You can put it in the hobby channel, and people can go. Wait a minute. Am I there?
Tuskins.
I feel like
I don't know
should be.
I don't think you are. I know Tuskins.
Oh no.
So
right. Why don't we just get this sorted now? And you can send me the link, and then I can send the link out in the side. Would you feel comfortable with it going in the side chat, or would you not?
Sure.
Okay.
Oops, that's not what I wanted to do.
It's like, let's actually get this dealt with.
Let's see here. Why am I not going to? Ah, there we go. Let's make sure that this doesn't expire.
Oh, wait. I can actually do a here's some music while you wait now. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. I noticed that was StreamYard.
Yeah, wait. Some really quiet music. Hold on. Whatever this is. Oh, that's not too fun. Oh, here we are. This one's called Feeding the Ducks.
I like that.
Some music while we wait.
I sent it. I sent the link to this.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I'm not there. Okay.
Oh, I think
there we go.
Being on.
Oh. Ooh. All the Discord links in the side chat.
I'm definitely made sure that the link that Eddie has up has no limits. For a while, I didn't realize that there was a limit to there were time limit to certain codes. So The Discord link I put out a long time ago may no longer be valid, but the one I sent you, Eddie, is definitely valid.
Just gonna no more music while we wait. We're back at it.
We're back, yeah.
And then there's Tatty's one he sent as well. There we go. I can't believe I wasn't in your Discord.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was wondering that too, but I was like, all right, well, she got hers. So
hey, Discord's been really funny recently for me. So I don't know. Stuff's happened. Things have gone weird. I mean, I remember I tried to be technical and tried to do stuff, and I'm gonna just put my hands up now. I think I booted someone. I just I have no idea.
Did you mean to boot them or
no? But I think I did. So apologies. But it's, I don't know. Stuff's happened in my Discord. It's been really weird. But I also was probably most definitely quite drunk and trying to be technical and oh yes, I totally understand all of this stuff. Didn't know what I was doing. Tried to create categories for people.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to put other people in and then I was like, you know what, this is too confusing. There's friends and then friends with a W and slumber party guests. Everything else I can't cope with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I on my Discord I did create roles for people, but basically because so when I first set up the Discord channel, it was essentially for friends of mine back home in Atlanta. Well, not back home, but back in Atlanta. I used to live there for 16 years, so I sometimes refer to it as home. So I set it up for them, and then when I opened it up, I decided that some of them were a little bit uncertain about posting to a forum with a whole bunch of people they didn't know. So I created roles for them, and so one of the channels only they can access. So I still have that kind of private space for us. So I have created a couple roles on my Discord, but for the most part, it's just free form.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, and Tina put my YouTube channel up. Nice.
Yeah, just thought I'd pop that there. Tina and Tatty and my mods are normally really, are always really on it. So we strongly appreciate them. Thank you.
Oh yes.
Thank you.
They are awesome.
Have you? I seen something and I feel like it has to be said because I just got a little bit overexcited. I'm not even playing it yet, and this makes me happy. Rob Slide's comment: I have some grey dice. The Cybermen symbol from Doctor Who instead of the 6. They were custom made. That's so awesome. I think I'm just overexcited about dice because I can make them, and there's a possibility that I can actually do it, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's become kind of a trend in dice now, in modern dice, is having the highest number, the 6 or the 8 or the 10 or what have you, a symbol of some sort. The one that I saw that was if that was custom made, then that's probably why I've never seen it. But the one I really, really want is the Cthulhu Dice, where the 20 is basically Cthulhu. And so, yeah, but those are, I think they're metal. They're something like $60. And I was like, I don't think I can afford $60 on dice. Particularly now because now we're, virtual. There's virtual dice. You can get die rollers. Like if you, for example, with, I mentioned sometime there was D&D Beyond is a website that you can use, and if you're playing D&D, then 5th edition, then it has a character sheet which you can put in your stats and what have you, and it will essentially do all the math for you. It will account for how your attack bonuses, your bonuses to saves, and all that kind of good stuff. And it has a dice roller in it, so you can literally, okay, I have to pick this lock. I click thievery, and it rolls the dice, and it adds my modifier, and you're good to go. Um, so, but unfortunately, you don't get to roll the die anymore. It's just kind of
Oh,
sad.
yeah. You don't hear that clunk.
Mm-hmm. And you don't get to, and the dice on virtual sites. Some of them they try to make them pretty, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same. But yeah, if you were to make custom a set of custom dice and wanted to send them over the Atlantic, I would be happy to pay for shipping or
Well,
anything you needed.
don't hold your breath, but I will do my best. And because I'm still figuring it out. Like, it's a new hobby of mine. I'm just starting to get to grips with the resin not being sticky, like actually measuring it out properly. So I'm doing a lot better, and there's a couple of dog tags that I need to make. Some people have requested them, so I've got some dog tags for some people's to make.
So you're
Yeah.
talking about tags for dogs, right?
No, but yeah, not
Okay.
safe for hobby. Not safe for hobby content. No,
Oh, got
but
it. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Because yeah, what? Because again, I'm a Navy brat, so when I hear dog tags, I think of our Navy dog tags. So
Well, they are in the shape of little bones.
oh, all right.
I did want to. I know there's a lot of people here, a lot of people that have cats and stuff. So I was wanting to get a little cat mold and make little cat tags as well, for actual cats as well as people, um, as well as people cats. But yeah, so yeah, I'm changing subjects quite quickly. So, what
Um,
would your dream dice look like other than the Cthulhu one?
dream. Oh, I don't. That's. I don't know actually. I I've never really given that much thought. With I'm always interested in. I think my favorite type of die are the marbled ones.
Oh,
Like I don't know if you can see this very well, but
oh yeah, so colorful.
it's kind of like yeah, it's not really focusing very well. Um, it's kind of like it's definitely resin, but it's strands of different colors through it. So it not only I know this appears to be kind of red, but it's not just red; it's stripy red, like there are
Yeah,
stripes running through it. So things like that really catch my eye.
there's a cup holder that you can put different colors in and pour it. So you can get custom marbled ones.
Ah, I
I
mean,
just
you've
need to
got
work on that.
kind of, and you really can't see it in here either. But you, this is kind of the standard marbling ones where it's basically this is orange, this is dark orange marbled in with light orange.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I don't. I have to give that some thought because yeah, like how detailed can you make the die?
That's a trial and error situation.
Okay,
Yet to be determined. Yet to be determined.
okay.
I'm sure, like, there's ways I can go about it, but I'm not there yet. But it would be like a work in progress project, you know. I mean, the first few sets will probably look not very great. Yeah, but it is something I have wanted to do for a little while, and I thought, like maybe I could be like, hey, like I'm gonna make some dice, and like maybe we can play D&D together. Like I thought that was maybe gonna be like my way in.
Yeah, that would work.
I can't read very well, and I will forget the rules. You will get angry at me, but here's shiny dice. Like, how's that? Like, how'd you like that? Like, that's kind of what I was picturing was going to happen in my head, Like,
Well, I was just trying to think of. I had a thought and it just completely left my mind. But I was shiny dice. I just got distracted.
yeah, see, shiny dice.
But yeah, I wouldn't worry so much about the rules. I mean, that's one of the things about. So right now I'm playing two different systems. Basically, I'm playing D&D, and then I'm playing something called Pathfinder, which is akin to D&D. The two are evolving in very similar ways. They have similar enough mechanics that I often confuse one for the other. But the core difference between the two is that the makers of D&D have decided to go a route of simplifying everything. They want it to be much more accessible to everyone, and so it is. It is the least complicated of all of the additions of the system. Pathfinder, on the other hand, is more complicated, but it allows you more customization of your character, and so Pathfinder is really taking the mentality of giving the player a lot more choice, a lot more options in terms of how to build a character, what are the attributes, what are their characteristics, what are their backgrounds, things of that nature. So it's more involved. I wouldn't say a little bit more involved. It's actually more involved. But D&D is, like I said, they've definitely simplified the rules because it was starting to get like you literally had to play with spreadsheets in order to keep track of everything, which was getting a little nuts. And yes, Sable Eagle. The reason why I never played really played fourth edition is because it's basically an arcade game. It's WoW on paper. Like because I got into just so you know.
Sorry, just thought.
All right, fair enough.
Although it and that are pronouns. Just so you know, like some people are most comfortable with it and that pronouns.
It and that? That one I haven't heard. Oi, you. Okay.
Sorry.
No,
totally bulldozed that, but I thought I'd throw that up quickly.
Oh, no, I appreciate that. I was so yeah, like I said, it's simple, but I really wouldn't worry about that. And again, there are I know this started with D&D, but like I said, I've played a variety of different systems, and there are some that are even easier. Like I said, Fate is very straightforward, or much more straightforward than D&D is.
That was the one, like earlier before we started streaming, you were like, that would be suited to you as well. Was that one?
Yeah. So the dice are very simple. They are. I don't think I have a set on me, but actually, I might. Hold up. I have dice everywhere. Hey, I do.
Oh.
I don't know why I keep a set of Fate dice in my work bag, but I do.
For later. Rob Slide said just finished a homebrew D&D 5th game Wednesday and start a Savage Worlds game called don't know if I can say
Tropicana.
that. Oh, Tropicana. That was a lot easier than my brain made it out to be. Thank you.
Oh, I lived in Tampa, Florida, and we had a stadium called Tropicana, Tropicana.
Ah,
So that one I definitely know. So fate dice
fate
are
dice.
d6s, but some sides are blank, some sides have a minus sign, and some sides have a plus sign. So, like, if I roll these dice, I got three pluses and or three pluses and a blank. That means I got
Uh-huh.
a 3 plus 3. So that's the modifier that I place on whatever skill that I'm trying to use to accomplish whatever it is I'm trying to accomplish. So, and that's it.
Ooh.
That's all the dice rolling is.
So,
Plus the max is +4 or -4.
so does this mean that it'll be a fate game that we'd be starting?
I would recommend that.
Okay.
I would recommend that because, like I said, I think it's the least complicated or rules heavy system that I've ever played. And from what I gather from you, your interest is more in the role playing aspect of it than
Yeah, the
into
fun.
yeah. Well, some people get
Well,
into
well, the fun for me being very, very painfully dyslexic.
well, it's so when you get into the culture of gaming,
hmm
it's really that has also evolved over time because when you like first edition, you had it was really clear cut, and the
hmm
two sort of camps really never dealt with each other. You had the role players, and these are the folks that really were into creating stories, creating characters, and then going through fantasy worlds as those characters. And it was very role playing intensive. It was
hmm
less on the mechanics than it was on just creating a story. And then on the other side of things, you had the mechanics heavy people, basically the people who wanted a battle system, kind of like X Wing. Um,
I love
but
X-Wing. It's so
they
hard though.
yeah, and so that's what they wanted. They basically wanted to play with miniatures and to have them fight against each other, and they
hmm
weren't really interested in the story so much. As role playing evolved, or as at least D&D evolved, those two camps kind of merged into
hmm
one another, and so it's a really kind of fine line these days as to um, well, one of the difficulties I have is I am a really huge proponent of role playing. I'm not so much into the mechanics so much, but that's kind of where the game is starting to really go. Is to get into is worrying more about what modifiers you have and things of that nature,
hmm
uh, rather than actually telling a story. So yeah, I think with Fate, it's it's back to that role playing kind of mentality rather than you know I have a +1 sword and I'm proficient. I have um, blank power attack and all these other sorts of things, um, and so I can do a set amount of damage or what have you. Um,
Can I still
so,
be a thief cat person?
yes, yeah,
Okay,
oh
okay.
yeah.
Also,
Um,
you've got a couple of questions just before I totally forget. Wait, that's the wrong one. Um, have you ever run an S1 Tomb of Horrors? It's the best, cuckoo, says Geo. And
I
I'm gonna
have
put this up before I forget. So ignore that one for now. Sorry, Dora.
Dora, I was when I was thinking about what I was going to talk about on this stream, LARPing did come up. I did want to talk about LARPing, but um, Tomb of Horrors, classic, classic. I have never run it as a DM, but I've played it, and that was painful. Um,
Was
Tomb of
it?
Horrors is designed to kill people, like kill players.
Yes.
It's just
Oh my
that's what it's there
goodness.
for. It
Oh
is
yes.
it is just one of the most lethal modules ever created. That and Temple of Elemental Evil Those are my two favorite first edition modules of all time.
Oh, we're gonna have to do a horror one as well if we do Fate.
Well,
After we're gonna have to do like a gruesome, gory, death to all but metal kind of
so
situation.
in that sense, if that's I was thinking about that earlier, and because I know you're a fan of horror,
Oh yeah.
there's another system called Call of Cthulhu. Actually, there
Oh,
are two systems called Call of Cthulhu. Um, one is D6 based, one is D20 based. Anyway, um, it's a little bit more rule intensive than Fate, but not as rule intensive as D&D. So again, it obviously it's Call of Cthulhu. It's far more interested in the narrative of the game rather than
oh.
how many proficiencies you have or what have you. So I don't know. I have not played. I have not run Cthulhu in a long time. So I will look into those mechanics and see. Maybe we can jump into Cthulhu
Oh.
because
I
yeah,
love Cthulhu.
Trey, the guy I mentioned before, he has uh, it's a really a point of pride for him. He started 20 years ago. He started an annual Halloween game, and I was in it. And I have been in almost all of his games. I was definitely in
Oh.
the. I think I am the only one of the original of his original players that actually still continues to be players. And yeah, he's done. The first game was Haunted House. He's
Mm-hmm.
done Slasher. We've basically had to
I would
fight
love
Freddy.
that one. Oh.
We he did a Slasher sequel. Um,
Oh.
and he did werewolf. We did werewolves one time. Um, oh, good lord! We did one in space horror. That was fun because I got to play an asshole captain and basically got half my crew killed. But that was the point because I was kind of a secondary bad guy. But anyway, I could go off on horror games. But the one horror games it brought me to my it reminded me of the fact that Trey runs an annual horror game. So which is kind of a highlight.
Maybe if
Um,
I get really good at learning the rules and stuff, then maybe I could learn to do one of the horror ones.
oh, I I'd have to talk to Trey about it because Trey
Oh,
is a
not
little bit.
not not his because I'm guessing he's really private. But
He
like
is.
we
He
could
is.
we could try and do something horror. And if he wanted to join in, then he could join in if he
Definitely.
likes that stuff. But not freak him out. We're not gonna scare him. You know.
He's a character. But the thing about his Halloween games, they are very simple. Like he really has bare bone mechanics. He's not interested in his normal games. He's very much mechanics heavy. He's very much into all throwing in what we call. He is what we call a simulationist. He likes
Mm.
things to represent. He wants things to. It's fantasy, but he wants it to be as realistic as possible. In
So
horror,
like
he's like, I just want the minimum amount of mechanics in order for the story to progress.
so there is a couple more questions coming in
Oh, well, I want
as
to
well.
answer Dora's first.
Yeah. No, I meant there's that one, then there's a couple more coming up
Okay.
too. So sorry.
No, that's all right. Um, so yeah, LARPing. No, I have LARPed once, all of once. I don't do it. I was LARP adjacent. I was for a few months in the SCA. I
Mm-hmm.
played a German fencer, and
Ooh.
I realized because I have a rapier or had a rapier. All right, no, I still have it, although it weighs like a fucking broadsword. Anyway, but I realized the so folks in the SCA and the folks who are LARPers, I won't mince words. They're a little nuts. They take that real serious mean, they are hardcore gamers. Probably more than they should be, in my opinion. And they are. That was a. It's a level of investment that I have never wanted to put into gaming. Let's just put it that way.
Mhm.
They're kind of like almost in the way they're. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but in the States we have Civil War reenactors. They actually,
Yeah, I've
they,
seen that on TV.
yeah, they're kind of like, well, they're essentially LARPers for the Civil War, and they take that stuff really, really seriously. But the one time I LARP, the one time I did actually live action role play was when I was around 17, 18. I went to my first con, which was the Necromonicon in Tampa,
The
and
net was that to do with Ash versus the Evil Dead
uh, I don't
or the
remember
Evil
whether or
Dead
not that
saga?
was, at that point, Evil Dead certainly had come out. I think Evil Dead 2 had come out, but I hadn't
Well,
clued in
Ash,
on that at that point.
because
But it was
the
hmm?
book's called a necromon. Oh no, I can't say it. A one of them, the demon book.
Necromonicon. I
Yeah,
can't hardly say it. Um,
necromonicon or whatever.
it, it's
Yeah.
it's probable that the name derived from that, but I didn't. It wasn't a Evil Dead centric. It was horror
Ah,
centric, but it wasn't Evil Dead centric. Um, and so cons usually or conventions, fantasy sci-fi conventions typically
mhm.
go about 3 days. They start
Yeah.
on Friday and end on Sunday.
I've
Uh,
been to some Comic Cons.
oh, I have not been to a Comic Con. I would really like to go at some point.
We should swap then.
Fair enough.
Sorry,
Um,
I jumped in there. I got overexcited.
no, that's okay. That's all right. And so, like I said, I was 17, 18, and I wasn't rolling in dough, even though at the time, I guess it wasn't that expensive, but I certainly didn't have a lot of money. So I went on Saturday because that's the big day, because it's a full day. And so I went with a couple friends of mine, and I don't, for the life of me, do not remember how it happened, but we got roped into a Vampire the Masquerade LARP. And it was a great experience. I actually really loved doing it, and unfortunately, because we'd already missed the first day because they were doing it over the entire day or over the
Oh
entire con.
wow.
We'd already missed the first day, and we weren't going to be around for the third day. But we did it. We loved it, and the it was so. This was again to date myself a little bit. This was back in the '90s, and so Vampire the Masquerade had just kind of come out, so it was really sort of newish. And so the LARP wasn't overly sophisticated, but the basic premise was you started out with one of the players was a vampire. Everyone else
Mhm.
was human. And the rules of the game were basically was kind of in a way survival. Can you make it to the end of the con either as a human, if you started out human, can you make it all the way to the end of the con as a human? Um, or if you're the vampire, can you convert all of the other players into vampires by the end of the con? And if you convert a vampire, then that vampire can then go out and convert others.
Oh.
So it can right. And then there was the added sort of element that it was not just not you could if you wanted to essentially just hide out in your room or what have you. You could just basically hide from every vampire and just survive the whole thing, or you could go on the offensive and participate in the scavenger hunt, which was what I loved about it. And there were relics. This took place in a hotel with a convention hall in it, and
Mhm.
somehow they got the permission to hide relics around the hotel. Um, and so, yeah, you were given clues, and we just spent our Saturday kind of just rushing around the hotel trying to find um, these artifacts, trying to find out where they were, trying to get clues on as to who the vampires were. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was good fun. But generally speaking, I looked into LARPing later on with D&D and was like, wow, these folks are hardcore. And
I'm not prepared.
yeah, that is not a lifestyle that I would like, or that I want.
So
Um,
then,
but
say the legal. Oh, sorry, you go.
oh, do you have Torg, old or new? I don't. That's actually one of the. I think that's a system that I'm not familiar with. I've played GURPS, if it's anything like GURPS, but I've not
Okay.
played Torg.
And then there's another one. And I think there's some more, unless I'm. Oh, that was a kind of question.
I was um, so when I was talking about basically the early culture of D&D, where you had the role players and then you had the mechanics heavy people. The mechanics heavy people went off into Warhammer. Like a lot of them just jumped ship and went to Warhammer, particularly Warhammer 4K. Um, I have not gone into that because I realized that was an extremely expensive hobby, at least extremely expensive for my income level at the time. Um,
Yeah.
so I do love the fact that Henry Cavill is a huge Warhammer 4K, 40K nerd, but he's got lots of money, so I guess he can afford it.
Do you want to know what though? I do have a little set. I can never say the name, and Warhammer fans seem to get really upset whenever I call them the cute ratties. But they're the skirt. I can't say it, but it's the little rats that's like a character in Warhammer. My friend got me them because I love rats, and I didn't know if he didn't know if I liked Warhammer, but he knew I liked rats, so he was in the Warhammer shop and just seen these little miniature models of really cute. Well, what I perceive as really cute rats, but he perceived Skaven. Sorry, Tusk just came through to help me out there. Skaven.
Howdy, Tusk.
He's just gone. Rob says hi.
Yeah, Rob.
He's just looking at the box now to help me read it. Yeah, it's on the second shelf from the top.
That's it.
Yep, that's it. But
Or
I think
say
it's
Skaven?
adorable. Yeah, Skaven. Yeah. But he was like, oh, they'll find it really cute, but they're all these like snarly, twitchy rats. And I'm like, oh. I just think they're so cute. And so, yeah, he got me them. And I've not done anything yet with them, but I'm thinking about scattering them around the house. Like, you know, having one on top of the shower. You're just showering, there's a little rat looking at you. And just like one
Okay,
like in the cupboard as you open the door, like for the
that I can
cupboard,
get
there's
behind.
just a little rat. Like I thought that would be pretty cool, but I don't think Tusk would agree with that.
I fully support the idea of a rat in the cupboard. Rat in the shower, that might be crossing a certain line. I'm not sure I want to be spied on when I'm in the shower.
Well, and just gonna quickly say goodbye to Tina. But bye-bye, Tina. Thank you for being a lovely, beautiful mod that you are and doing all your hard work. Have a great time at your family quiz. And wait. I see something's cute. I need to find it. I'm Googling this right now.
Squigs. All right, well,
The
that's what the
squigs?
internet is for.
What is a squig?
Squigs toys.
I need to see this.
Oh, good lord.
Am I going to find them cute or am I about to stumble across something I hate?
I don't know.
Oh no,
They're
they're
like
cute.
cute Lincoln logs. At least that's what I've got.
Oh, they look like little cute frogs. Demon frogs. I love them.
Maybe I've got the wrong thing.
No, I don't think you have. Hold on.
Squigs are cute.
Okay. You're be prepared to what I'm like, oh, look at the baby. Look at the
Oh, those. Yeah, no, I was looking at something
Oh.
way, way different.
Oh, they're so
Wow.
cute. Oh, they're really cute. They are cute.
Those are awesome.
I'll just split them off in case we get in trouble. But how cute! They're really adorable. Sorry. Okay, right. Back to back to Rob. Sorry about that. I just had to be cute out. They're adorable.
Where's Squigs from? Now I got to find out where Squigs are from.
Gio's saying it's a Warhammer thing.
Oh,
And
okay.
Squigs
Squigs
explode.
explode. All right.
No, I couldn't play them then. I couldn't play with them. The poor babies.
They look like they would explode. I mean, they're big, fat little things. I can see them like running up to something and then going.
But
Just
they're
blowing
cute
up.
demon froggies that must be loved and protected at all costs. Like the little ratty babies that's totally evil. Like, and I'm just like, the babies.
I think the Squigs are not exactly good either.
They are in my world, okay?
Oh, okay.
My imagination.
See, that's where Rob World came. That's I talk about Rob World. That's where Rob World was born, is because there are just certain things in reality that I just won't accept. So in Rob World, this is what happens. Like in Rob World, there are only 3 Indiana Jones movies.
Oh,
they never made a 4th one.
Fair.
Because that just never ever happened.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
So yeah.
I get
so
that.
in Eddie World.
Yep. My own reality is very different.
I could get behind that. I could definitely get behind that.
Good. We should all have our own little world,
Oh yeah.
We're like, I have a broad definition of cute. Like
I don't know. I think I'm starting to zero in on your definition of cute, and so yeah. Generally, I think. Well, I don't know. Axolotls don't really fall into that category, but usually, if it's got teeth and looks, I don't know, cuddly but evil, I would think that would be right up your alley.
Yeah, I have a lack of filter in my brain that says danger. Like, don't go near. Like, one of the I think Tasmanian devils are so cute. Like, they're really cute. Like, but
the only Tasmanian devil I know is the Looney Tunes variety.
Oh, after this, I'll show you what it's based off of. And I think they're really cute, but they are like little pit bull things. They're really, really cute.
Oh, I love pitties.
Yeah, they are, right? See, cute.
They are cute. They are very
But I've always found like the Dobermans in movies and stuff like, oh, like that's how you're gonna get me killed in this. If we're playing like a fake game, if that's how you say it, if we're playing and I'm like, oh, they're like, oh, there's a squig, right? And I'm like, oh, pet's a squig, and you're like, that'll kill you, and I'm like, pet's a squig. Like I can't help myself. Like I would break character to pet the squig. Rolls the dice for real life Ette to pet.
I will keep that in mind.
No, you can't do that to me. They all have to like be really dangerous looking, but give me awesome stuff because I'm like the only one that's brave enough to go near them. Therefore, fueling my need to want to pet them.
All right. Yeah. I think I can get some ideas.
Yeah,
to answer Rob, the only West End game I have ever played is Star Wars. They have not played Ghostbusters.
Oh, Star
I
Wars.
actually didn't realize West End had Ghostbusters, although I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by it. But no, I've only played Star Wars West End.
Oh my god! What was that like?
Star Wars?
Yeah.
Um, it's problematic. You either have two options. You either do not play with Jedi or you play all Jedi. Because if you have a character, if you have a party of normies, as it were, and a Jedi, the Jedi class is so much more powerful than the rest of the party that they may as well not even be there. Because the Jedi is just going to cut through everything.
That's
so
not fair.
Yeah, it's not a balanced system in any way. The other problem I have with Star Wars is
don't trigger me now.
No, it's particularly the West End version. They were very rigid on good and evil because there were are basically force points. So certain actions that you did are judged. So your actions are judged by a moral standard. And if you are particularly Jedi, and if you do good things, you get good force points. If you do bad things, you get evil force points, or basically dark force points.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of go to the dark side. The problem is light and dark is real subjective. And so there was a lot of arguments that I've watched over, what is a good, what constitutes a good act to get force points, and what constitutes a dark act to get dark points. Yeah, so it's an interesting idea, but it's not. At least West End's version, it was not fully fleshed out, so the execution wasn't great.
Did other characters that were in the series make it in?
Oh yeah. I think most of the major characters were statted out. What I mean by statted out is their character sheets were listed. So you had Luke, you had Leia, you had Han. I think you even had Vader.
Could I be Jabba?
Jabba was not. I'm pretty positive Jabba was not statted out.
No.
But and I'm fairly positive that in the West End version, Hutts were not a playable character. But in the D20 version, I think they are.
Oh.
So yeah.
Because I have to admit, Jabba is probably one of my favorites.
Oh, I love me some Jabba. Just the go shooter.
You did it too. Master Mana Kiki Han Solo.
Jedi mind tricks will not work on me.
Oh no, what have you done? I'm saying you, I did this myself. But I love Jabba, and I'd be really upset if any of my wives in Star Wars or husbands died. I could not cope with it. I could not emotionally deal with it. I would cry and cry and cry. Like, obviously, like this is including the series.
Okay.
If anything happened to Mando, I would not deal with my life. If anything happened to Boba, I will not deal with my life. I love him. I love him.
Honestly, I think the worst thing that's going to happen to Boba is that we may not ever really see him again.
We better. I'll go fisticuffs. I'll fight Disney.
I don't think they'll kill him off, and he might like pop up in other Mando episodes, but I don't think Boba Fett. I don't know. Like, and this is going off on another tangent, but the Book of Fett for me was disappointing because I don't think they really bought into the concept. particularly because 2 of the episodes have nothing to do with Boba Fett.
Yeah, but it's chapters. And it was how, well, I will not spoil it, but it was how A happened to be. Then that made, it was like explanations and backstories about how C would end up happening, which did include Boba.
Yeah, it just seemed like 2 of the episodes were essentially Mando season 3 episodes. Like,
well, I'm still here for it. Like, because we got to see someone very special to me, and that made me very happy.
I'm trying to think of who that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
they. On a completely unrelated note, I just found out
No.
fairly recently that my Google Assistant responds to "Hey Grogu."
I love that.
So I don't know why it took me that long to figure it out, but yeah, I now can get up and be like, "Hey Grogu, what's the weather like today?" Now,
Does it
what
just
I
respond
need
in squeaks?
is for the voice to at least match Grogu at some point, or at least what I would imagine.
Wait, I could do that. Wait, hold on. I can do that for you. Hold on. Okay. Some active role playing here. Okay. On you go. Ask Grogu something.
Hey Grogu, when's the 3rd season of Mandalorian coming out? Okay.
So that's what he said, okay?
All right. I think I will need a universal translator.
There is not one. There is not one.
Oh. Yeah. I do that with my Google Assistant now. But
no, you could just.
But it does not squeak at me like that, which which is very, very sad. I would like that.
My dad, this is so bad. You know when you first got the what's it called, the tracker, when you can, the car tracker, the road map thing?
Oh, like navigation?
Sat nav. There we go.
Sat nav, yeah.
Once he got the sat nav, he accidentally uploaded Chewbacca because he thought it would make me really happy. It did. However, we did not know where we were going still, and he couldn't uninstall it.
Okay. So every time it told you to turn left, it was like,
Yeah.
That's
You're
fantastic.
like, what's that? Also, I feel like you're maybe Disney bounding Captain Solo today.
You know what? I kind of have to agree with that.
See, I would
Jeremy
agree.
Bullock is my Boba. He is the one and only for me.
But I do have something to say though.
Oh.
Django is playing Boba, and that brings me a lot of serotonin, especially with the fact that he is a clone, you know, and it makes sense. So that does bring me a lot of joy that is a thing. Like, I am sad about Jeremy, but also the serotonin that he can take off his helmet and he's, the clone, and it's still coherent to the story. That makes me really happy.
Awesome.
So that's what I got to say about that. And I'm ignoring Dora saying it's cancelled and talking about Grogu in that manner.
Aw. Well, the Sarlacc's dead. Oh, I guess that's kind of a spoiler, although I think that happens in episode 3. Maybe 4.
If you're not already there, what are you doing?
But yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Netty World. That comment doesn't exist.
Does not exist.
No.
I'm not afraid of you. But yeah, you are Disney voting as Han Solo today.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
A little bit.
Oh, that reminds me. I saw. Are you familiar with? I think it's called SC-28, the SC-28 version of the sword fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader.
Is that the one that the fans done?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That
I
was
just
really cool.
recently saw where they stitched that together with the 4K release of A New Hope, and yeah, that's just fantastic.
That's how it should have been.
Yeah.
That's how it definitely should have looked. That's all I'm saying. And Nerdy Rodent popped in saying, "I'm terrified. I don't know why you're scared. The clue's in your name, yeah."
Well, and we haven't even, you didn't even see the squigs, so
Yeah.
I don't know why you're terrified.
Why you're scared? Sorry, I've got my sass on today now. Like Dora's riled me. Sorry, the comments don't exist. The comments don't exist. Sorry, I keep slipping into reality again. Oh no. Oh no.
Well, there is one thing that I think Dora brought up later on that I can kind of touch on, is Magic the Gathering.
Ooh.
I, again, don't play Magic the Gathering because I don't have disposable income to throw at that. But I know there's a lot of crossover between D&D players and Magic the Gathering players. So I don't know if Dora's referring to. I don't know if she played that. It sounded like she made a comment that she was playing that, but apparently now she's banned by Eddie Chenko.
No, I wouldn't ban Dora. I love Dora.
Yes.
Because them comments don't exist, so. But now you do know that I'm just using this to set up now to like play Fate with you, right? You do know this is now a setup.
Oh,
So
all right.
We've picked the game.
Okay. So now we need to pick players. So I would be happy to run it. Really, in order to get the most out of it, we need 4 players. We can do 3, but 4 would be ideal.
Okay, people in the comments, where are you? Who's joining?
Dirty Rodent says, I prefer Pathfinder versus D&D at the moment. Mr. and Mrs. Rodent, I agree. I am much more into Pathfinder than I am into D&D, because I am fully on board with the customization aspect of the game. So I've kind of, I was for a really long time, I was a holdout on really embracing the mechanics of the system because I was like a diehard role player. I was like, no, we don't need that many mechanics. But then because everyone else was buying into the mechanics, I just fell in line. And now Pathfinder allows me to, make rat people. I can be a rat person who grew up in the circus, and I'm an excellent thief. Who's afraid of spiders. There are basically all of that built into the game. So yeah, I love
that. We've got an ARC that's joining us. ARC's going to join us for the Fate. Okay, 2. Come on, people. Come on.
Let's see here. Let's see. Here we go. Let's go with that. Copy. Let's go over here. Put that in comments. There we go. I just sent you something, Eddie. on Discord.
Fate court. Is that for me to share?
Yeah, if you want to. Well, that's definitely something for you to look into. That's the basic rules of Fate.
Okay, so I shall put that in the Sable Eagles wanting to join. So that's free. Puts like really cute eyes out to everybody. Can't see it, but I'm doing it. Wait. Hold on. Do it. Or the panda will come. Okay. We don't want that. Like,
evil panda.
Please join. Ah, the panda got me. No,
Awesome.
Okay.
I love how you have that on demand. Just panda.
Yeah.
Evil panda.
Yep. Or the panda. We'll do it. So we got free so far, and I'm sure somebody else would like to join.
Sure.
Exactly. No panda. That means we have to at least get 4 people to join us. That means we need to read the rules, and we need to.
Yeah. Maybe we can rope Dora in. Yeah.
Or maybe Geo, if Geo's still there.
Yeah.
The people running away now. I see it.
The view count is just dropping.
This is a robbery.
See, we chased away Chris Durham. It's like, I got to record some piano music. Right.
Oh, sure,
piano
okay.
music. Sure.
No, I didn't mean now. I meant for future prospects.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got 3 go right off the bat. I'm fairly certain we can get a 4th.
I'm sure. Maybe Rob Slide and Mrs. Slide might want to join.
Yeah. I mean,
now we're just calling people out directly.
You will join.
Please.
Or I will sick the panda after you.
Yep, and make my dreams come true where I can be a thief cat person.
Then comes, once we get the players, then comes the really fun part, the herding cats moment of finding a time to play. Particularly, that's going to be fun.
Because of their time zones. And I can't
tell. Yeah.
And I can't time zone. I just send people the time and I'm like, it's UK time. I'm like, please match yourself. I love you very dearly, but please take that power away from me. Every time I've been in charge of the power, I've messed it up and people have been like an hour early, an hour late. Like, please help.
I think.
Okay. Mrs. Slide wouldn't. But would you? Also, GeoSam's asking join what? So we're setting up a fake game. I'm saying we. I'm meaning I'm feel like the pit bull enforcer, and Rob's just very nicely being there, and gonna Would you like to join? Who wants to do it? No, we're
Sadly,
not.
Dora will not be playing a panda-themed D&D game.
No. Although, no, unless the panda's the baddie at the end, or like the mega boss or something, like we're like, of course we knew it all along.
That's an idea. What a panda horror game.
Yeah. Oh, see.
Now that's morphing into panda zombie. Horror game.
Maybe, and we have to survive it by stealing stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Picking locks and oh no, we're trapped in a building and we have to fight all the way up. It's totally like the raid. But I'm a cat person. But
it's like you could try to distract them with panda porn, but it wouldn't work because it never works.
No.
Evil panda. And they would, of course, have to be Romero zombies because pandas don't move very fast anyway. So panda zombies would probably be even slower. They just bumble around everywhere.
I don't know what this is, but it sounds fun.
Bunnies and burrows. Why do I know that? Why can I? Yeah, all right, now I'm going to have to Google that.
I'm scared to Google it, and I've been forced to Google things that are not fun.
Hey, it autocorrected. Is a role-playing game inspired by Watership Downs.
Oh no, that would just be tragic. Like,
Apparently, Bunnies
that
and
is
Burrows was
childhood
the first
trauma.
role-playing game to allow for non-humanoid play. Wow.
Of
Okay.
course, as soon as we mention the dragon, that's when Tusk comes in, huh? Would you play if you got a dragon, Tusk? Or if you had the opportunity to roll the dice to potentially get a dragon?
Or you could be eaten by a dragon. That's more common.
Or eaten by one. Then you would be with it forever.
Yes. Until it pooped you out.
Well, if it pooped you out whole, otherwise you would turn into, maybe partially, I don't know how dragons' body works. Yeah.
Digesting, yeah, part of you would still be in there. So, bunnies and now I'm trying to think of where can I get a hold of the book? Bunnies and Burrows. I'm kind of fascinated by this thing.
I feel like I'm not going to have fun with that one. I think I might cry. I think.
Oh, I love this. So this is from Wikipedia. The only true monsters in the game are humans, but there are many predators and natural hazards. The character's position in the food chain promotes an emphasis on role playing and problem solving over combat. I love the fact that it's a game where you have a position in the food chain. That's okay.
That's some dedication there.
It is.
Right.
Can Tusk roleplay a dragon? Dragons are, well, it is called Dungeons and Dragons for a reason. Dragons are really impressive. So, I don't think he would just rule over everybody. Although he would probably like that.
Hey, Dan. Also, Rob's thinking about joining, but the timing might be an issue. So, maybe you could join, and then maybe we could get everybody together, and then we'll figure out the time. But we're totally not kidnapping you for it or anything. Like, we would just very, very casually just please join with a subtle gunpoint.
Where is the birthday? Where does the birthday boy live?
It's up to Rob if you would like to share.
Oh.
But
continent is fine with me. I'm just trying to think of time zone.
But yeah, I'm not sure where Sable Eagle is.
Yeah. Sable Eagle's in the UK. Pretty positive he's in the
UK. Rob said in the UK, so in the same time zone as me. Dan, what's going on here is we did start talking about D&D. It turned into Star Wars, and then we started asking Grogu questions, and now we're holding people ransom.
Yes.
To kind of subtly be like, come on, we're going to play Fate, where there's going to be a panda.
The big bad is going to be a panda.
It has to be a panda. Teeth. Yeah, with really sharp teeth that kind of looks a bit like this.
No!
Just so you know, I have a thing for pandas. Recording set up. Okay, bye-bye, Chris. Have fun.
Bye, Kristen. Looking forward to listening to it.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, that's kind of where we are, and now we're just trying to convince people to join now, because now I've got my heart set on doing it. Like now, so please, please.
Yeah.
So yeah, we would just have to get the times right, and depending on this also depends on when downstreams as well, because downstreams too, and
Oh.
obviously we have to be there for that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, standard, you know.
Well, yeah. I don't think I've been on.
So
I
we
don't think
so
I've been on a dance stream or seen a dance stream.
yeah, you have. I've seen you in the side chat.
Oh,
Although I
my
didn't
memory is
recognize you for a second, and I don't know why. I think you maybe changed your profile picture.
probably. I don't know. I definitely changed my Google profile picture because I was creeping people out with my old one.
Oh
Um,
no.
my old one had so I had a balaclava with a big smiley face, kind of like a
Aww.
Cheshire grin, kind of Cheshire
Yeah.
cat grin. And yeah, apparently I was I was creeping people out. So I changed it to me with telescopes in the background.
Wholesome content. But also, what throws me off is I always look for your picture on Discord on YouTube, and it's not the same picture. And I'm like, who's that? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's Rob Parr. But for a while, I kept calling Rob Slice because we were talking about cake. So then I was
Oh, yeah.
like, I jumbled all the letters up in my head.
Rob Slice, cake.
No, they're both legends. They're both legends. But yeah,
All Rob
so
legends.
yeah, there's the Rob and Rob Slide, both legends.
Yes.
So now I've forgotten who was joining us.
I think we got Sable Eagle. We have Ark. We had Ark.
Yeah,
And now I've forgotten possibly Rob. I don't know if Geo Sam said yes. I thought there was a third who definitely said yes.
I think we're now just convincing Rob Slide and potentially Dan.
Okay.
That doesn't mean you can't do more. Like, come on. Like,
Thermonuclear. Would you like to play thermonuclear D&D, Dan?
so you want to play a role play? Yes, we do. Hello, dog.
I think that's a War Games reference. So you want to play a game?
Yeah, it's from
War Games, I think.
Yeah, that was it. War
With
Games.
Matthew
Yeah.
Broderick, yeah. How about a nice game of chess? No, global thermonuclear war. That's a good class. That's a classic. I haven't seen that in years.
Do you have a? Oh, that's okay. Right. So, right, we've got him. We've kidnapped him now. He said yes. That's it. We keep right. Put it in the stream.
So
now you have to stick with it. Yeah. Neither do I. It's
yeah,
and
and actually, we're going to be playing Fate rather than D&D, which is a much more straightforward, narrative driven role playing system. So, yeah, it really doesn't take much to pick up at least the basics.
So this really does mean, Dan, you need to get Discord.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, because we're playing on Rob's Discord. So please, please, please get it ASAP.
Yep.
And I will link you it when you get it to Rob's channel, and obviously mine too, so that you can, I don't know, you can hang with your pals and me, because I've decided you're my friend now. That's what happens. That's what happens. You come here, you're my friend.
Yep.
I go there, I'm your friend. It happens.
Mm-hmm. Sounds perfectly natural to me.
Yeah. And there's going to be an evil panda in it. I've decided. And I don't think I have the authority to decide any of that.
Well, I will definitely put an evil panda in there somewhere.
Yes.
So,
wait, you have Discord? Or do you need a link to the Discord?
I think he needs a link to a Discord.
Right, okay. Let me Let me right.
And Dora, no, the only way to win D&D is to play.
Yeah, we're just
Playing
casually.
D&D is winning.
I would just skimmed over Dora. I love you, Dora, but I was like, no. So that's the link. And hello, you KPI. Hello there. And so that, and I am very smart, and I'm needing to figure out how to send people to my Discord as well. So if you wish to join my Discord, you may join also my Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And that also means you can chill your stuff, and we can bully people into going, and it's great. Like, come on, people, get there. Like, so
yeah, that'll be the first time I've ever. Well, this will be the first time I've ever gamed internationally. I've never, I've done coast to coast. I had a buddy there's a buddy of mine on the western seaboard of the U.S. and we were in a game together, so we had to deal with +3 time zone, or he was 3 hours behind. But I've never played internationally before, so that'll be fun.
This is gonna be awesome. I'm so excited. It will be like loads of people's first time, and I'll be like, pet the cute thing that's gonna kill me.
Oh, we definitely have a yes from GeoSam.
Okay, right. I'm gonna get my sticky note
yes.
So I can remember everybody that's joining. Right. I'm gonna write fate in capital letters. That says fake. Fate in capital letters. So we've got me, Rob, Park, Geo, Sable, Eagle. Who else do we have? Art,
GeoSam.
Yeah.
Dan.
I had to add myself on the list or I'd forget. So me, Rob, Art, Geo, Sable, Eagle, Arc.
Sable Eagle, yeah. So the players, Arc, GeoSam, Dan, Sable Eagle, we've got 4. I think we had a possible 5th, but I can't remember who that was because my memory sucks.
We were still trying to bully Rob Slide.
Oh yeah, Rob Slide. Okay.
See your friend Dan's joining. Like, now too. Like, come on.
Yeah. To answer Dan's question, that we need to figure out who's playing and what time zones they live in, and then we can herd some cats and try to find out when the best time to do this would be.
Yay!
I think because Fate is so open, you can apply it to basically any kind of world or mythos or what have you. I would definitely. I think the players should get together, or we should all get together. But I think the players should, figure out what kind of game you want to play. Do you want to play? Do you want to play horror? Do you want to play detective story? Do you want to play fantasy, sci-fi, whichever? I'm down to anything.
Did you join the Discord link, which will make the communication a little bit easier?
Mm-hmm.
We'll try our best to keep you posted. So yeah, we've got quite a few people. If anybody, we can maybe give it a week. I won't be doing Hobby Corner next Sunday. I've been sworn to participate in footballing activities.
Such as watching or actually playing football?
Watching, but I'm sure that there's going to be certain beverages that'll happen. And I mean, it was my dad, and he full-heartedly believes the quote of Bill Shankly.
Okay.
So that is something along the lines of, some people say that football is a matter of life and death, but I can assure you it's much more important than that. So that's my dad's views. And he's like, you're coming round to watch the football. And now I can't tell you who's playing because I don't know, but I've been summoned. So that's
you're
it.
You're going to be watching some footy.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of, is there a cup going on? I don't know. I vaguely keep in touch
Mhm.
with European football. So
I have
I
no
don't know.
idea.
No idea. Apparently
Probably
rugby is happening. The Six Nation thing is going on. So
don't know much about that, but I do like rugby. I have to say I do like the All Blacks. You
mhm.
know,
The haka,
I love them. I specifically watch it for their haka because
yes.
I'm like, oh, oh my god, like I can't help but cry watching it. I just feel really intense emotions, and I don't even understand the game other than bulldoze people and throw the ball, and sometimes you kick it.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a great game. I really wish that it had a larger following here in the states because um, it's almost it's almost impossible to watch because no, it's I don't think it's ever really televised here. I used to in Atlanta. There was a minor league hockey team there, the Atlanta
Mhm.
Rhinos, and I used to go to their games. But I haven't found anything up in this region. So, um, but yeah, I would love to watch. I love me some rugby. I do not like European football. I my opinion is that that game would be better played on a smaller pitch, which was made out of ice. You gave people sticks, and you turned the ball into a flat rubber object.
Like a like what they call maybe we could maybe call it a puck.
Yes, that'll work. Yeah. Now
Okay.
that is a game I would be real interested in watching.
I think it's because my dad he strongly supports England and he strongly supports Liverpool, so it's either one of them teams
Oh, then he
that's
must have
playing.
been really happy the last year or so. I can't remember. Liverpool won the cup last year, or the year before. I can't remember. For the first time ever.
I can't say because that's how much I paid attention. To be honest with you, I was making cocktails in the kitchen and getting my stepmom really drunk on them, and yeah, myself getting really drunk and occasionally sneaking my brother one. So, but
Well,
yeah.
if you got to watching drunk is going to be preferable to watching sober. I fully
Mhm.
agree with that. I'm fully on board. All 25 people stand on a big green rectangle and watch 5,000 people fight. Yeah, that's about right.
Dan's saying you Canadian?
No,
No.
I'm not. I was going to try a Canadian accent, but I can't do accents to save my life. No, I am not from Canada, but I do love me some hockey. I will say that. Although, if you can get this reference, I applaud you. Their beer sucks.
Nope,
That's a movie reference. All I said was their beer sucks.
I don't get it. Wait, what? No, right, okay. I will have to get this now. Off to Google. Off. I've I don't really drink beer. Can't participate. Like Tusk's been trying to get me onto the whiskey, and unless it's diluted with cream soda.
Whiskey and cream soda. Interesting.
Yes, it's actually all right. But if it burns me, I'm sad. Um,
Yeah, whiskey does have a tendency to do that.
a little bit, yeah.
I'm trying to. Few of my friends are Scotch drinkers, although I don't. Honestly, at this point, I am so much of a so inexperienced or whatever. I really do not understand the difference between Scotch and whiskey.
No,
Um,
I'm
they
sure I'm
are
about to get shouted at later for that.
yeah, because in the states they're definitively two different things.
Mm.
People will drink scotch or they'll drink whiskey or they'll drink bourbon. But then I hear people throw around scotch whiskey, and I'm like, nah, okay, what
Hybrid.
But Dory, it's a good guess, but not quite. That quote is not from Strange Brew. That is a good movie about Canadians, but
Hello, Critical Cripple. You're back.
hey, it's the water that is used in whiskey.
Oh.
That just reminds me, there's a beer called Hams. Their slogan is, "It's the water." And my response to that is, it is water. It is not a good beer, but that is a horrible slogan for a beer. It's the water. Like, no, it is water. It's pretty mild, mild stuff. But yeah, I am huge into beer. Not huge, but of the booze, I am most knowledgeable about beer than I am about anything else. I would like to become more educated on Scotch, but everything that I've drank at this point tastes like pine tar. Or paint thinner. I just do not understand why folks drink Scotch. And then the whiskeys I've had, Jameson. I do like Jameson, but what is it? I've had, I guess they're bourbons, Wild Turkey and Jack Daniels. Don't like either of those. Particularly, Wild Turkey is great for one purpose: getting drunk. That's it. I know we're kind of leaving the wholesome content.
Wholesome content. Wait, what? Did I get 100 subs?
You got 100 subs?
Did I?
Oh. Hold on.
I don't know. I didn't think I did.
You were at 96 when this first started.
Where am I? I have! Oh, this means shots fired. Hobby Corner's coming up.
100 subs. Exactly.
Ooh, I'm so happy.
Fantastic.
I would never have noticed, so thank you, Critical. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So she got her 100 subs during this stream. Like
and you want to know what?
She was at 96 before this.
The funniest thing is, as well, before that, me and you were talking. I was like, if I ever do make it to 100 subs, we're going to have a 100 sub special, Hobby Corner, long, extended Hobby Corner. Bring people on with loads of different hobbies, but also people that have the same hobbies, and like casually slot them in and have a shots fired where they talk about
Battle Royale.
My hobby's better than your hobby, and the way I do it's better than yours. So it won't be so wholesome, but it will be utterly hilarious, the chaos that will happen. But then obviously I'll have a chit chat at the end, like bring up like people in, whoever wants to join. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. Okay, so I'll maybe work on it for not this week, but not next week, but the week after. I'll work on it, and I shall try my best to get together. If not, I'll have a hobby corner where not hobby corner, sorry, a chatting with Ette, where we just have people come in and drop out, and we all chat absolute nonsense, and then we will do 100 subs special where we do shots fired, because we need to do shots fired, and I feel like every 50 after that we should do a hobby corner shots fired. So like Dora can come on and you can talk about astrophotography, and then obviously whoever wants to talk about, well, Rob Slide's welcome on to come on talk about D&D, and it'll be like you've got half an hour. Who does it better? Go.
Yeah.
Like, who does it better?
Could actual shots be involved in?
If I make a special banner and a special thing, shots could be fired. Actual shots,
drank.
Not guns. We're not promoting that, but yes, you take a shot Whoever wins takes a shot. New drinking game.
I like it. I like it.
That's so exciting.
100 subs.
Oh, I'm so happy. This is totally went in a different direction. See,
That's
the panda
fantastic.
didn't get nobody this today. No panda went back into its cave. Or wherever pandas go. Up a tree, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's up a tree. Wait a minute.
Awesome.
Rob Sly didn't watch Doctor Who. Sorry, I just saw that. I don't know if we can game with someone who doesn't watch Doctor Who. Maybe we can make an exception.
Well, I can safely say your sexuality does not change via what you watch. So whoever said that was very mean.
Yes. Yes. That short-sighted. And apparently, well, I was gonna go off on the how Davies revolutionized Doctor Who in terms of sexuality and all that, but that is a whole.
That's a whole new bag of spiders.
Yeah, exactly. I could go on for another hour or 2 or 5 about that. Your accents, Eddie. Well, obviously your accent's Scottish, but there's more to it than that, right?
Sorry? I got so distracted by a comment.
Well, UK says your accent sounds very familiar.
It is very familiar. In fact, it's exactly the same as your accent.
Okay.
But I've had, yeah, so I've got the Edinburgh accent because that's where I'm from. And that's where I've been born. But I have had my accent tempered a lot because my family's English. So they didn't quite, some of the family didn't understand some of the things I was saying because I had a really thick accent when I was younger. Instead of window, I would say the windy. So yeah, windy. No, it's not actually windy, but well, it is windy, but like the windy, as in the window.
So that's funny because in the South, depending on where you are in the South, folks will say window.
The
Look out the
window.
window. So, never heard windy, but
it seems to like it seems like there's a lot of accents that kind of they do show Imelda. No, I'm not Pond. Imelda Pond.
Amelia
Oh.
Pond?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Doctor Who?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Amy Pond. Yeah.
Yeah. Rob was saying, I love Doctor Who. May have misplaced my comment. Sorry,
No, I
we
just
retract
can't
our
read.
statement. You can play with us. You can sit with us.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I reread your comment and was like, wow, I just completely misread that. All right, awesome.
I'm also like, I just get, like, what my brain does is when I try and read, I scan the message and some words do not compute.
So I'm just getting lost in translation. They're like,
yeah, it does get lost in my translation sometimes. I apologize. I retract my statement.
Yeah, I'm finding that more for some reason more recently. I guess I can't be arsed anymore. I just skip over words.
Yeah. Welcome to being dyslexic, but not. But yeah. Tusk saying that's because the South was settled by Scots and Irish.
Yeah.
Nobody else wanted to live.
Definitely the Appalachians. The Appalachians were Scotch and Irish.
So yeah.
I don't think it's Deep South because
we got educated.
the you have different types of Southern accents. I mean, you got the Kentucky is much more clipped, and I don't do accents very well, but Kentucky is more clipped. Then you got the southern drawl of Georgia. And Texas is a bit of a drawl, but it's not quite as long and slow as Georgia is. So yeah, depending on where you are, your accent gets. That's why my accent is so damn muddled. I've lived in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Louisiana, and so now in Virginia. So I've always lived in the South, but I've never not in one place. Atlanta was the longest I've lived everywhere else. But that is, again, digressing. Completely off topic. I don't know why I went there.
I kind of feel like if you've moved around or if you've been, like, in a way forced to temper your accent, it kind of dilutes it and changes it a little bit. Like, people that know what it is, but people that don't, I mean, somebody thought I was American. I don't see that at all.
No.
And I don't know anybody else that does, but apparently, people have thought I was English, but I think I sound pretty Scottish. Like, I do think it's there. Like, there's a little twang there, but when I get angry, that's when it comes out. But you need to watch, right? Because I go from, as Tuss describes it, as an angry sparrow shouting at the sun to full-on Scots mode. And if I'm even angrier than that, I turn Scouse. Like,
oh, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just learned that one recently.
Did you?
Yeah. There's an actor, Comer, the woman she was in Killing Eve, the series called Killing Eve. She was in the movie Free Guy and Last Duel. She's amazing with accents. She can basically do any accent there is. But her natural accent, which I did not know, is South or from Liverpool.
See, do you want to know how they got the name?
Sure.
They got the name because in Liverpool, or Liverpudlians, they have a bowl of scouse, which is like their somewhat take of an Irish broth. So this comes from a bowl of soup, a pan of scouse.
Nice.
Quite nice. I like it. In fact, I think UKPI, hold your wee horses there, right? Like, I think you sound more Scottish than me. I think you do.
See, for me, there are there's three levels of Scottish. There's Eddie, there's Tusk, and then there's Tatty.
Yeah.
Yeah. That to me is the full range of the Scottish accent.
Oh my god, yeah. Because, like, if you can't understand me, which I don't know many people that can't understand my accent, then you've got no chance in Tusk, which means you have no chance at all with Tatty, right? But I do also think that like, people are like, oh, I understand Scottish because they've heard me. And then Tusk walks in, yeah? And they're like, like, he can say pretty much anything to some members of my family and they have no clue what he's talking about. I have to translate. And there's a lot of times where we go to Liverpool and I've translated for Tusk. Like, we're all speaking, well, he's speaking more Scots, not Scotch. Oh, you'll kill me for that. It's speaking more Scots than I do, because I try my best not to use a lot of slang in there. Nothing.
What you saying about me?
Nothing. Have you?
Barely had to step away from his keyboard on that one.
I didn't totally missay anything and almost offend you.
She also didn't earlier say that she didn't know what the difference between Scotch and whiskey was.
No, I said, first of all, sorry, he can't hear you, so I'm going to have to. He said that I didn't know the difference between Scotch and whiskey, and then I said you spoke Scotch.
No, I don't speak Scotch. No such language as Scotch.
Oh, are we equally Scottish? Are we? We're all Scottish. But yeah, his accent's a lot thicker than mine, which is funny because I was born in Scotland and he wasn't. Like, because he's from Ireland.
I can his accent. I don't have too much of a problem with. Every so often, I'll drop he'll drop a word or he'll say something I didn't quite catch. But Taddy, on the other hand, I think I'm up to about 60-70%. Like when I first heard him, it was around 50. Like I would understand about half of what he said, and now I'm up to about 60-70.
Hello, Beano Just Be. Nice to see you here.
Hello.
Peek in there. Sorry.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, there's some people that really struggle with the really thick accents, and I think Tat is definitely the next level. Like the next level boss when it comes to that accent. And oh, I love it. I really do. It's the best.
Love his accent.
You can hear little tiny twangs coming through now because I'm now thinking about it and I'm like, oh no.
Something that I don't know why it actually kind of bugs me, but if I'm away from either accent for a while, when I hear a particular accent, either Irish or Scottish, I can't place it. I know they sound completely different, but if I hear one of them and I haven't heard Crafty or you speak for a while, I'll hear it and I'm like, damn it, I can't tell whether or not that's Irish or Scottish.
Yeah, no, I do understand that. I do feel like, well, there's so many different accents in Scotland, and there's so many different accents in Ireland. But I maybe feel like the Irish accent's a little bit more sing-songy than Scottish.
Mm.
That's yeah, I feel like that's the case.
Yeah, I can buy that. Yeah.
When I go up north, I can't understand anyone. It's like a different, like, yeah. Sometimes I feel the same. But some people struggle with my accent in Liverpool, so that's just really difficult. Some people don't, and I'm like, oh, so I have to translate for Tusk and then like really temper my accent, or almost like if I'm there like a week or longer, I pick up the Scouse accent. It's just something I've always done because I've gone there since a newborn. It's kind of like I catch it, I chameleon. Apparently there's an actual word for it, but like I do a chameleon into the accent, and they really understand me then. Like, so,
it always amazes me how different the accents are in the UK and Ireland for such a small location. Like in the States, we do have a fairly broad range of accents, but it's very rare that you'll find someone whose accent is so thick you can't understand them. A few Cajuns I've met, I couldn't understand them. Another accent that I wouldn't say that I have a problem understanding, but it gets, if it's real thick, the Bostonian accent or the like Rhode Island accent, the wicked cool people, I can have trouble with that. But for the most part, accents in the United States aren't that thick.
No, see, I've not. The only time I've had trouble with an American accent is if they're saying Scottish words. And I just cannot compute. I'm like, I am really sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. We have a street in Edinburgh called Colburn Street, but it's spelled like Cockburn Street. So people are like, oh, we're going to Cockburn Street. And I'm like, sorry, where?
What?
What are you talking about? And they're like, Cockburn Street? And I'm like, nah, Nah, don't know. I'm really sorry. I just can't. And
I
then I'm
don't know
like,
where that is.
they're like, the big steep hill before you get to the Royal Mile, and I'm like, oh, Coburn Street. And that messes with my dyslexia as well. Like doesn't help. And what was it? Edinburgh also gets called Edinburgh. Edinburgh.
Edinburgh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, huh?
Bro.
And only because I've heard it so many times, I'm like, oh, you mean Edinburgh? Oh, this is how it's said. Like it, I don't know why, but this is how it's said. But I
So
get so confused.
I don't think I've ever heard Edinburgh. I've heard Edinburgh. Like
That
it's
is another one.
O rather than at the end of it. But yeah. Edinburgh. Like here we have a couple of different words that are like Houston Houston, Houston.
Mm-hmm.
It can, depending on if you're south of the Mason-Dixon line, that's Houston. If you're north of the Mason-Dixon line, that's Houston. So we get people coming down to Atlanta and like, actually, and I don't know, Atlanta, for some reason in Atlanta, it's actually Houston. I don't know. But it's not quite the same as, what is it, Coburn? Cockburn is
Coburn.
Coburn?
Coburn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you folks put random consonants in words you don't actually pronounce? Like, the Welsh are just like I don't understand how anyone can read or speak Welsh or whatever that if it is in fact called Welsh
Mm.
the language.
I believe it is. That's what Tina calls it.
I mean,
And she's Welsh.
some town names are literally like 30 letters long and with almost no vowels. Like, I just don't get it.
I can't, like, I really struggle with, like, if somebody says, oh, that's that, I'm like, okay, but reading it to try and understand what it is, I probably couldn't figure it out because my brain just doesn't wrap my head around it. Like, it goes the same with some Scottish things as well, like, but also remember that I was taught how to, I was taught how to speak Scottish by English parents. So there has been things that have been lost in translation a little bit there that I had to pick up as I went along. And Piccadilly Circus, that's not where I am, so I have no idea. But I'm sure somebody who's from there may know.
From Piccadilly Circus, that's in London, isn't it?
I believe so. I'm voting myself. I'm sure it is in London.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's in London.
There you go.
Oh,
UKPI.
I can. Oh God.
No, I refuse to try to pronounce that word or that name. There's a clip on YouTube of a weatherman saying that town's name just as clear as can be. Like, doesn't pause on it, just rattles it off. No idea. Leon Fair. That's as far as I'm going to get with that.
And I can say
there's a Rob in it, so it can't be that bad.
And I can say the go 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 part.
The very end of it?
Yeah.
I think I would have gone with Go Go Glock. Go Go Gok? Go Go Gok.
Gok. It'll have there's got to be saliva in there.
I can't roll my R's either.
See, that's a really that's a here thing, huh?
Yeah.
You tend not to do that there.
So,
it's like it's not Loch Lomond. It's Loch Lomond.
For us, when it's Spanish that we hear the roll R's for the most part. Burrito. So yeah, I can't roll my R's to save my life. But,
This is really fun. Like I'm like half an hour past my time, and I'm like, nope, don't want to stay.
yeah, we're just talking about or accents.
Yeah, it's honestly it is really amazing, and I do think that we should do a thing where we put up some Scots words and people have to guess what it is. Like,
all right,
we're not going to ask
how to
them to
pronounce
say
it, or what it actually means.
what it actually means.
Okay.
And I feel like I need Tuscan Tatty on that day.
Oh yeah.
And we'll get a couple of guests on, people that are willing victims to this game. And in fact, UKPI can join in too.
I don't think I've ever heard them speak.
He's got a lovely accent.
Apparently, it sounds just like yours. So, all right, that works.
See, could do. No, could do.
Could do. We're looking at Cuddie.
Yeah, could do. He's saying could do. Like he could come on and talk about it.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay.
Took me a few tries to figure it out. Because I haven't seen it written down before. That I've only heard it. So I had to sound it out how I would say it. See, it's even hard for me because as I said.
Yeah, that reminds me. There are in like the backwoods in the South. There are expressions like that. There, where they'll just throw them out there, and it's multiple words all packed into like 2 syllables. So I can't think of them off the top of my head. You have to.
Oh gosh.
You have to gangbang. No. You'll hate that. Oh my god, I'm so horrible at this.
Say it how it looks.
Yell, hey, te, gang, bang. Hate?
Yeah.
Hate, gang, bang?
I mean, close enough.
I will butcher anything that you put in front of me.
I believe Tusk is coming through to do it himself.
Please.
A cuddy is a horse.
He's not saying cuddy, he's like cuddy.
Oh!
Cuddy's like a farmhouse.
Could it?
I thought it was being... Well, come back.
Cuddy is a horse.
Right. You'll hit gang bang.
Gangbang?
No. Hello, Mark. You've just came in a really awkward time where I feel shame.
Wholesome content.
I deeply apologize, UKPI. I thought you were saying could be, as in could do. No, horse.
There's a horse. All right.
Now I'm sitting here with donkey's ears growing on my head.
You'll have to go behind? Is that what? You
have to go behind.
Okay. All right.
Huh?
Yeah. All right. I can see that now that he's put that there, but
now my brain's like pickled because I was like, oh, obviously he was saying could do, as in like could do. Like,
Yeah,
No,
Crafty, you came at a really the wrong time going on.
I mean, I've embarrassed myself, and Rob's talking about debauchery on wholesome content time.
Yeah, I know. I am just
It's
evil today.
terrible.
I am evil today. Bad Rob.
But also, hello, Crafty, and hello,
You know,
Watson.
yeah, all right. You'll have to go in. No, wholesome. Yes.
Content.
Must.
But also, Crafty, have you seen the subscribers?
Oh
How
yeah.
many? Yeah. It's just a thing. It's just happened. We're all excited. Things are going great.
Mm-hmm.
Have to do your pan and your bam. Right, okay, right. You have to.
Okay.
This,
Do you pan in yabam?
yeah, pretty close, yeah. I'll do your
Okay.
pan and your bam.
Um.
I told you. Put on like a terrible Scottish accent and try it, and you can do it.
Do you pan in a bum?
There you go. Yeah.
Oh wow. I do I want to know?
Oh, you're just
Do
hurting
I want to
someone.
know how you're going to put the pan in your bum?
No, you're gonna do somebody's head in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, my mind is now in a certain mode, and
I kind of feel like, I kind of feel like, this is now turned into like more than what we expected today.
yeah,
But we're here
particularly
for it.
Crappy is talking about 100. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's a hell of a gang.
Yeah. All my subs.
Oh wow! All right,
But
wholesome.
and then
yeah,
Tatty's saying
old
Monday. Tatty Tusk is saying Monday in your roster. I just remember Tatty saying it when we met up, and it was funny. And then
Monden your roster.
Monday in your roster.
Monden your roster. What does that mean?
Come on then, and then you're calling somebody a roaster, which is like an insult because they're
Oh, like wanker. Kind of.
I mean, not as bad as that, but yeah.
All right.
Not as
Okay.
sweary as that, but yeah, like, see, with Scottish, any word can be an insult. We're creative. Yeah?
Okay.
So, somebody bumped into me and I called them a trifle in a very menacing way.
Okay. Yeah, I can see how that would be an insult, though. I mean, you're basically calling them small or insignificant. So, but that is clever. I like that. I'll have to steal that one. I've often wondered what the severity of British swearing is. Like, I'm guessing that bloody is the same as damn here in the States.
Yeah, it's not really a swear as far as I'm aware. It's just a word.
Yeah,
Like, but
seems to be used as a kind of a swear or expletive of some sort.
It's more of, it's like, how, I'm struggling to explain it, but it's not really a bad word. Like, damn here is not a bad word.
Yeah, it's not quite a bad word here.
They're not bad words. They're more like, you put it before a bad word, yeah?
No. Sorry, I got distracted. Do you realize you're not on my stream anymore? What?
Yeah, we're the wholesome content's gone out the window now. Like, we were like, I'm gonna rename it Hobby Corner / ending up chatting with it / not for little ears.
No, definitely not for little ears.
Get it up ye is a good one.
Get it up, yeah? Get it up, ye?
He's saying Ouija, as in somebody from Glasgow. But I will not say that because my partner lived in Glasgow for quite some time.
Oh, get ye up, ye. Yeah. So, that last word, how bad is the last word?
Get?
Yeah.
That's all right.
It's all right.
Mhm.
Get? All right. But wanker
I mean-
is not a...
Right.
Okay.
See you next Tuesday is a common word to be said.
Not here. Here, it is
Sin.
top tier. Like, no.
Here, obviously I don't want to say the word because we're not going that far and
Yeah.
being wild today, okay?
Yeah.
Why are you telling Tatty on me? I said I wasn't saying it. I didn't say the whole sentence because I'm not doing it.
So it's
But-
it's the W word that's the problem.
No, Ouija means somebody from Glasgow, but what in context it means is an insult to somebody from Glasgow.
All right. Okay.
So it's more the context of how you're saying it.
Got it.
But yeah, so see you next Tuesday here. Everybody's one. You're either a good one or a bad one.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a good one, that's great. And if you're a bad one, that's not so great. That's really not good.
Yeah, I it's one of my top 5 swears because it's just so visceral. It just gets your point across. If it's the bad way, I don't think I've ever really used it in a good way. Yeah, there's just something very satisfying about calling someone that.
Yeah. And it's nothing like a Scotsman saying it.
Yeah, the Scots and the Aussies just throw that word around like it's nothing.
See, I forget that my family's English, so I'll like say it, and they're like,
Oh, the English don't like it either.
so,
That's probably where we get
they
it
don't.
from.
No, I don't like it.
Oh, wow.
My dad thinks it's hilarious. My stepmom hates it. It's great.
I don't get it. I don't understand why that particular word is so verboten in the States. Like, you were going to say this is not for sensitive ears, so I can say vag.
Yeah, vag is
Vag.
abbreviation
Although-
of vagina.
It's weird, oddly enough.
Just a body part.
So, which body part? If I say fanny, which body part am I talking about?
A vagina.
See, over here, fanny means ass.
That also confuses me a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
When you say that woman
when-
has a big fanny, that you're talking about she's got a giant ass.
that's not necessarily a compliment here.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really?
See,
Because-
Rob's saying here in the UK, it's 100% acceptable amongst friends and terms of endearment. The see you
Yeah.
next Tuesday word. But yeah, so we'll be watching an American program, yeah, and then they'll just be like, oh, just getting my fanny pack, and we're like, you're what? So we call it a bum bag.
See, bum bag. That's kind of in line with Americans in that fanny pack, ass bag, bum bag or bum back. That's kind of ass back.
Yeah, but that means something
Yes.
totally different. That's,
Bum bag. That's it.
yeah, that's different territory. Like,
So I think the word that that we use over here that's sort of analogous to see you next Tuesday is douchebag. Like,
really?
yeah. Like my friends and I, we all call each other douchebag. It's a term of endearment, but it can also mean that guy's a serious douche. Like, it can mean that it has a derogatory meaning, but it's that one we throw around for.
Well, with my circle of friends and stuff, it doesn't really mean anything. Like, it's not like it, it's just a thing, but we wouldn't normally say it as a term of endearment. It would normally be an insult, but like a really light-hearted insult. Because, we've got words like your weapon. It's just worse. And being called a
Your weapon?
douchebag. You're a weapon.
You're a what? You're a whipping?
A weapon.
A weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. That's a new one on me. You got me on that one. I've never heard that one before.
Oh, I was talking to my friend, right? I'd never heard it before. Until like maybe 10 years ago. Sitting in my friend's car, and he just turned around and he hung up on his mum and he went, "Oh, my mom's a weapon." And I just decked it. I was like, what? Because that is also, that's more of a Glaswegian thing. Yeah, it's like you're a tool.
Oh, all
But
right.
like,
Okay, you're
but
a tool.
you're not even good for being a tool because you're not. Like.
Okay.
But the
So it's
weight of
step
it
words.
is more insulting.
Got it. All right.
If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But then you can call somebody a spoon, and that can be bad.
A spoon?
Well, yeah, pretty much you can call somebody like, "Oh, you're a dirty wee Christmas cracker," and it's offensive somehow.
Yeah. See, we're not that imaginative when we want to call people morons. We got moron, idiot, dipshit. Although that's more of not quite moron, but yeah. See, for say legal, you're a weapon, you're a tool. For us, you're a knob. We don't really say you're a cock. We say you're a knob. Which is odd because we also don't say knobhead.
Oh, I love that word. See that? Gotcha. I'm gonna smack his puss.
Oh.
See that very debauchable, that really terrible person over there? I'm going to punch him in the face.
Oh yeah, push him in the post. Smack him in the post. That means something.
Yes. Yeah,
that's vagina over here.
This is what
Oh, okay, weapon. All right, so it's shorthand for your weapon's great fuckwit. Got it.
Yep. It's a lot more offensive. Hi, Mr. Wonderful. You left and we were like, back. Oh, D&D. But like I turned out I got 100 subs and I'm like, yes. So things did change. We did have like almost 2 hours of total wholesome content there. And then as soon as I found out, I was like, yes.
Just throw it to the wind. So you can you can cut it at the 2 hour mark and then basically have 2 shows.
I don't know how to do that, but I will try. I don't know how to do it. I will try. Yeah. See, custard. That's a great insult.
Let's see. When I was a kid,
you know what? Yeah.
Who's been pulled twice by everyone? What is this? Some kind of weird gangbang?
No, somebody calling somebody a Christmas cracker. See, I didn't even need to tell you or say anything. You just emplaced an insult there, which I didn't even need to create. And that's why it's great. I just pulled that out of the hat there.
I think my favorite insult word when I was a little one was duty head. I still like duty head.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That one's nice. I like it.
But we used a different word here. Some people really hate it, but when I was little, I called people jobbies.
Jobbies?
Yeah, jobbies.
Okay.
You're jobby. You're a jobby. Means you're a poo.
I've heard that one.
A poo.
Oh. Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I can't remember. Someone was talking about smoking a fag. Yeah, you really don't want to mention or say that in the States. You people are going to look at you a little weird.
Like, this is...
Oh, we got a tally.
Oh, Tatty's here to shout at me.
Yep.
I
yep.
didn't say it.
Oh yeah, Crafty. I definitely gobshite is definitely in your vocab. I definitely
didn't
heard you
say
use that
it.
a lot.
I started to read it out, and then I realized, and then I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
Well, we all know where Tatty's free. It wasn't me. I'm pointing my finger at UKPI. Oh, one sec.
Yeah.
Okay, Task has something to say. No, you say it.
Right, Rob gets 50 points. If Rob can tell me what you've got a coupon like a scalp verse means.
Say that again.
You said say that again.
You've got a coupon like a scalp verse.
Okay,
I know what
game.
I know what I think it means, but that's really not wholesome. Is it really not wholesome?
Yeah, it's quite not wholesome.
Okay. How can I put this? A part of a woman's
Oh no,
anatomy
it's not
is-
that. But keep going.
a part of a woman's anatomy is larger than most other women. Kind of indicative of a woman who has a lot of sex.
No,
No?
but I love that.
Um,
I love that.
so
I love that so much.
yeah, so yeah, all right. Bonus points for Summit. Awa Ancla. Awa Ancla. Yes. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can't even get the Awa Ancla. So all right. So you've got a curtain. You've got a curtain like a scalp purse. That has something to do with a woman's anatomy, right?
No.
No.
You have a coupon, like a scalped erse.
Okay.
Do you know?
What?
So do you want me to break some of the words down?
Yes, please break some of those down.
Okay. You have a coupon like a scalped erse.
So, all right. So, carton, or how you pronounce it, sounds like cooter to me.
Cooter.
Yeah, which is again another thing for vag. Maybe I'm just too vag centric at this point.
No vaginas involved in this.
Scared arse? A face. Ah. Like is it a face? You have a face like a scared arse?
Not scared.
Scalped?
Yeah. Scalped.
Scalped. Bald?
No.
Scalped.
And also, while you're doing that, I'm going to put up the words so you can re-look at them. And good night, Rob Slide. Happy birthday again. And please do. We need to get this sorted. We need to play Fate.
Well done.
And I'll take down the
face like a
boys
slapped
banner.
arse. Scalped. How do you get slapped by scalped?
Slapped, yeah. Scalped,
Slapped.
like you
Scalped.
scalped it.
Scalped it.
Like
all right.
it's a word of doing and done.
Okay.
You've scalped it. You've slapped it. You've spanked it. You've hit it. So you have a face like a scalped, like a smacked bum.
Okay.
Logic.
I'm trying to think if we have an equivalent over here. I don't think we do. Yeah. See, curtain to me is like beef curtains, which is, like I said, I'm just too vag centric at this point. Try this one. Your coat's on the shugly peg. Your coat's on the shugly peg. Is that even close to whatever that's supposed to be? Your coat's on the shugly peg.
Sugary peg.
Shugly peg?
Just says you look like a miserable see you next Tuesday. It is what it is. And then there's people out there that's like, oh, Scotland's like Highlander and you eat haggis and you drink whiskey and no, we just get really creative with our words. That's all we do. That's all we do. We just sit here and get creative. Oh, it means your job is at risk because you're bad.
You're shite.
Yep, that would be with an E.
Okay, all right. I think I get what that.
The sugary peg meaning. Oh, I get it. I've never heard that one before. It's maybe a different region thing, but yeah.
See, my favorite cuss word is motherfucker.
Mm.
That one is my all-time favorite because you can. Yeah, it's not as longer than See You Next Tuesday, but you can put a lot of variation in it. I think that's why I like it.
I think I've heard people say that too many times while laughing.
Yeah, and also, it can be used as an endearment or not. Random. I don't know what you're talking about, Craig. This is not random.
Well,
we went from D&D to D&D to Star Wars to what was next?
Oh wait, do you want to do another one? Do you want to ask Grogu something?
The gaffers caught you skeeving?
Ah. Skiving. Gaffers caught you skiving.
Gaffers caught you skiving. Is gaffers like, I don't know, the authorities?
Somewhat.
Okay. Skiving is stealing?
Nope.
Shit.
What do you call it there? Skipping?
Oh. Skinting or no?
Skipping?
Skipping?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, playing hooky?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Leaving early or... Okay.
Yes, so skiving can be used in two contexts. Skiving can mean like you're not doing, like you're just kind of skiving off, meaning you're just kind of lazing about at work, or skiving can mean you're skipping school. But shall we ask Grogu something else? What do you want to ask Grogu?
Oh, ask Grogu. I see.
Remember, he is a child. He may be
okay.
he's a child.
All right. Christ. Hey, Grogu, which is better, Scotland or Ireland? Wow, that's a really controversial stance on that, Grogu.
You know what? I'm quite horrified, actually, by his answer there.
I mean, that's... Man, I thought he was a kid. That's just...
I know. Vulgar.
You gotta wash his mouth out with soap. That's all I gotta say.
I'm really sorry, everybody.
That's all right.
Not that the last, hour's been like this at all. Like, it was him that brought the tone down, really.
Well, yeah, that's I gotta own that. I like to keep it classy, See, I don't think this is random. We went from D&D to Star Wars to something else to gangbangs to insults. Perfectly natural progression.
But that was because we were talking about language.
Yes. I think we started on accents. That's right. We started on accents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Salar Ababagol Gloth?
And I'm not even going to try that because that's not well. It is. It's a Gaelic, and I don't speak Gaelic.
Oh, all right. Crafty, I will remember that, and I will refrain from using that particular word in your company.
What word?
MFer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't know. You'll have to take this up with Crafty. You'll have to take that up with Grogu. That's all him.
Yeah, he convinced Rob to say it. So
yeah. I mean,
mm-hmm.
I don't know, but
It's really terrible.
He is. I think it's Mando's. I think Mando is a kind of a bad influence on him.
I mean, yeah.
He does
he's
shoot
bringing him to
people.
war and stuff. So
Yeah, takes him to war zones and he shoots people. It's just
yeah.
I wonder. Someone might have to call the CPS on him.
Keeps giving him like whenever he wants when he has a little bit of a BF.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Mando didn't quite discipline him when he was just eating those poor people's eggs.
Yeah.
That was just that's horrible. It really is kind of tragic. His
I think we've created a new game now. Yeah, Rob.
Oh. And which game is this?
Get Rob to say things.
Oh, all right. Say Solancha Mihoff? Solancha Mihoff? Is that Solancha?
Yeah.
Okay. That one I know because I've actually seen that written down and spoken.
I'm sure there's some kind of mispronunciation somewhere because I'm not exactly sure how to say it. But if you said it right, gold star for you. But if you said it wrong, terrible star for me because I should really know, but I do not.
I don't know what the second word means. Like Solancha Mahath. Solancha Maha?
Well, I don't know.
Slanjivar. What is that? Dutch?
No.
No, you know what that means. Okay.
No, it's not Dutch. It's Gaelic.
Oh, it's Gaelic. Okay. Yeah. Gaelic is kind of
somebody did say
too many unnecessary words or letters.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Somebody did say slanty math to Tusk a little while ago. Yeah.
Slanty math.
Yeah, that was cute.
Whoops. No, we didn't.
So this is a pronunciation. And after this, we should probably say bye-byes.
Slanjava. Aw. All right. Okay. Did I class it down too much?
Mm-hmm. No, it's only because it's been 3 hours.
It has.
And my brain's tired now. I've had too much excitement and I'm crashing from it. Like
okay, all right.
And
hey Grogu. Does Eddie need to get some sleep? Okay. I think he's that's a yes. That's an endorsement.
So. I think it may be. So first of all, I've sent UKPI a friend's request and I will do what I said I would do. second of all, Dan, if you're not in Discord, please get there. Please get there so we can bully you into playing D&D. And I can't seem to find you, so I don't think you're there. So please Discord. I will. Please do it. So yeah.
Longest
That's only if
stream
you're still
ever.
here.
No, I went 5 hours with Sleepy, so not quite the longest stream ever. Although
It just happens to be a little long. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Right before we go, Mr. Wonderful kicks me out of my own Discord every night at my bedtime because I will not go because and he can't do it now. So, haha. But also, I will refrain and do it myself. But yeah, do you have anything to say? Anything else to say?
I look forward to. Oh, she avoided D&D. I will talk about D&D now. I look forward to running a game for you and I'm Ark, Sam, Rob, and Sable Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, it's Dan, and then maybe Rob.
Maybe Rob, but we're gonna try and bully him.
All right. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and definitely now my brain's getting all fuzzy. Definitely hit me up, or should we have that conversation on your Discord?
If everybody's there, I could maybe make a group chat with everybody. I will have to wait. It will be. See, you need to be there to help organize it. That's so you'll need to join. I know. Thank you. It's all exciting.
Oh yeah, you can tell. I think there are a couple of people who don't know that you're gonna have a battle royale for your 100 sub special.
Yeah, we're gonna have 100 sub special. Hobbies shots fired.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna get a couple of people in that have the same hobby, and they're gonna compete about whose way is the best way. And that will be an after-hours show. So it'll be the same time, but it will not be as wholesome as this was meant to be.
Meant to be, yes. I was good and wholesome for 2 hours or so, but yeah. But yes, shots will be had. In my case, shots of Jameson will be had. I mean, it's crafty. That is a D10. Ooh, that is a D20. Because I know you're fascinated by this. But yeah, so yeah, definitely we need to schedule a time on your Discord where we can all gather and talk about. So I'd like to basically leave the floor open to you all for what kind of game you want me to run. I'm pretty much down for anything. Like I said, horror, sci-fi, fantasy, you name it.
I'm excited. I don't know. I'm just excited. So I'm happy with either or, really.
All I know is that somewhere, sometime, you will in fact encounter an evil panda of one stripe or another. Be it a vampire panda or a zombie panda, I don't know. I might mix it up. Might be a zombie vampire panda. Who knows?
Oh. So
kind of like the things from I Am Legend that couldn't make up their minds as to whether or not there were vampires or zombies.
So I will send my server invite once I've attempted it again. One more time, just for you, Dan. I'll tag you in it too. So that we can I'll make a group chat and I'll get everybody there and somehow figure out how to make it so only so that only the D&Ders are there, so it doesn't annoy anybody. I'm saying D&D, I mean Fate.
Yes.
Only because I'm overexcited now and I'm not even thinking about my words. I'm like, ah! Hold on. Oh, where are we? Oh, I don't even have my YouTube window open. Where am I?
Let's see. There's a 50-50 shot that I'm a nerd. I am
wow.
a nerd. Does this panda play a banjo?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
In a field of, and I'm going to get this wrong, in a field of triffids?
That's not wrong.
Triffids.
Mm-hmm.
Banjo. Yeah, I can just see it now. You guys walk through a twisty, dark, damp cave, and it opens up in a field of triffids with a zombie vampire panda sitting in the middle of it on a stoop, smoking a hookah, playing a banjo. Yes. I think that needs to happen. Or something similar.
Now I need to try and figure out how. So we have an arc in there. We have I'm just setting up the group chat now. We
Can
have
a panda tuna fish?
Oh wait, Dan is there. Sorry, Dan. Thank you for joining. So, Geo?
I don't know. I think the DC on Crafty's willpower is pretty damn high. Save illegal.
I'll add Rob's slide in just in case.
Although Eddie's charisma modifier is also pretty high, so that's doable. I think that's doable.
Sorry, what? I'm just
Save
really
illegal was saying, Eddie, you need to roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier against Crafty's willpower to bring her over to the nerd side. And I was thinking that the DC or difficulty class of Crafty's willpower is probably very, very high, but your charisma modifier is also very high, so I think it's doable. I think it's doable. I think somebody can translate nerd speak to Crafty for that.
I just got far too excited and my brain's like, oh, because I was sitting adding everybody on like, oh. Wait, I didn't add everybody on.
Tuna fish.
Label Eagle, you're not in there. Where are you?
I don't think a panda can tuna fish. I don't like tuna fish.
Wait.
Never had tuna fish.
Sable Eagle, are you
never had haddock?
Are you even in Discord, Sable Eagle?
Salmon. Now I'm just babbling about fish.
I think we've lost the Sable Eagle.
He was just there. Oh, he's right there.
There you are. Are you in the hobby corner? Sorry. Punctuated by a hiccup. See, that's my overexcitement now. It's too late.
Who, what, where, when?
Oh, wait. You're not Sable Eagle on this, are you?
I just friended you. Or I just accepted your friendship request.
Okay.
So, yes. Okay. I'm definitely on your server, and I'm pretty sure I can see Hobby Corner.
So we've well and truly kidnapped.
I had haddock for my tea the night. Oh yeah, that's another thing. All right, so I gotta ask.
Yeah.
So tea. I'm assuming there's the brown water that you all drink for some reason.
No.
And then when you say that you've had tea, does that mean a meal?
Oh, it depends on context.
Okay.
Tea can be dinner, but tea can be the delicious beverage of our people, which should not be criticized.
But no, I'm sorry. I am a huge Anglophile. I watch lots of British television. I love the Scottish culture. I love the Irish culture. Um, not so much in the Welsh, but but tea, I don't understand why you all drink that. That is
Because we're awesome, and you do it wrong.
no coffee. You need to drink coffee and only coffee.
No, tea
All the
as if
time.
coffee is too strong towards bedtime.
No, you can still drink coffee. Drink
No, you were talking about having irregular sleep patterns.
Well, but sometimes you got to sacrifice for coffee. It's a natural part of life. You just have to, take one for the team.
Oh my
Drink the
goodness.
delicious coffee. But I don't see. I don't understand when I want it. Doesn't matter which tea I drink. It just tastes like. It either tastes like twiggy water or minty water. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm pronouncing whiskey wrong.
Right. It is most definitely time to go now.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend. I didn't mean to offend. Barry.
Yeah. I've just remembered, like, I'm volunteering in the morning and everything. I'm like, oh! But, yeah. If you want to learn how to pronounce whiskey correctly, please go to Tusk's channel where he has a video on how to say stuff. So, right.
Tusk is gonna go say stuff.
Nah, Tusk has a video on how to say whiskeys.
Yes, that's right. And I'm fairly certain that I would butcher every single one of them.
Nobody talks you through them, so it's easy. It's easy.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah, I
just
think we were
rewind it
trying
and
to
try
talk me
again.
through these, and that didn't really work out so well.
But yeah. So any last words, lovelies?
All right. Someone in the chat, really quickly, in 10 words or less, tell me what the difference between scotch and whiskey is, and then we'll call it a night.
It was already told. It was the water.
It's the water. I don't know about that. But all right.
And all the links again. And all the links
Right.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And if you know anybody, subscribe to Ette's channel.
Aww,
We got
and
100, but we can
subscribe
go
to
more. We can go
Rob's.
higher.
That is a capability. We're able to go higher. We should try.
I am wanting to get to 500 so I can have that nice little community tab.
So get your butts over and sub to Rob if you're not already.
Yeah.
Right. I'm getting told off now by the side chat to go to bed. So
yes, and now I'm deliberately trying to make this longer. So I will be good. I will be good. I will be good for once, and I will see you all later. And all be well. We will get in on Discord, and yeah, sleep well, Ette. Sleep well,
you.
other people.
And you sleep well too, and have some lovely dreams. And thank you so much for coming on, and thank you for everybody who subscribed. Thank you for watching, and thank you for just being your awesome, geeky little selves, and I'm here for it. So we're gonna roll the end credits. Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.